Calling all beings. Calling all beings.
Can I get a amen? Hey, there's my homie right there. Welcome to Calling All Beings. I'll tell you what, Attorney Alan Jackson put out the call and we answered. So I am here with a group of the most amazing people you want to meet in Massachusetts. So welcome to Calling All Beings. I'm your host, DJ, and right there is the legend.
Oh, stop it. Boston Bia, your co-host.
Hey! And what a panel. What a panel we got tonight, huh? It's
very exciting.
Oh my God. We're gonna raise some money for Karen Reed. That's what this life is about. And we already got to thank Richie Schiffer, who donated $99.99. The Duck King, Richie Schiffer. He's got a couple big ones and he already donated. Thank you so much for kicking us off, Richie. I greatly appreciate that. Everybody in the chat, Sarah Schockenhauer, Captain Jerry Harris, the Jewel is here, and all kinds of fans are here. So we're going to try the best we can to acknowledge you. And later on, as things thin out, we'll invite people on that want to say something about Karen and the importance of this movement. So with that, let's, without any further ado, let's introduce our illustrious guest. There's a man there, right there to my left. You guys know him. He is a fantastic content creator here in Massachusetts who has given thousands and thousands of dollars to multiple causes for justice. He put that money where the mouth is. He's somebody that I'm a big fan of. He does some great work. He covered the shooting at Brown University very professionally the other night. And he's just an all-around great guy, someone I'm very happy to be associated with. So party people, put your hands together for Brian LTL.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Thanks for letting me be here. I appreciate, and I'm so happy to be here in support of Karen, this great panel, and all of these great people that are watching tonight. So we're gonna have some fun. We're going to raise some money for Karen's civil defense, and it's going to be great. It's going to be really, really fun.
Yeah, I know you hear this all the time, Brian, but it's an honor to collab with you. So I just
yeah, absolutely. Yep. I love being here. Thank you.
Here's another creator right here. This gentleman right here is one of the Canton original gangsters right here. He does some of the most incredible analysis that I've seen on all the McAlbertites, the cops, so forth, and he kind of matches their statement with the facts and shows massive inconsistencies. And he's brought up somebody named Boozy Beauty, who's basically doing the same thing that he's doing. He's an honored and treasured friend. So party people, put him together for Canton Chronicles, John Camo.
Thank you. Hey Brian, how's it going?
Good. How you doing?
Good. First we've hi DJ, thank you. Boston Bia, thank you. Brian, first time we've talked on screen. I just want to say
that's right.
We're good, right?
Oh yeah, we're very, very good.
People don't know. We've talked privately, and we're good.
Yeah. We got nothing but love around here, right?
Nothing but love for you, honey.
That's all it takes, right?
So
right, John? 5-minute phone call.
Giving you depth. That's all it takes. Yeah.
Also tonight, John's co-host Sandra Bullock. Sorry. All right, let's.
For the record, I didn't bring Boozy up. She is an incredible person. That she doesn't sleep, so all she does is find out all the stuff. She's amazing.
You found the perfect co-host, so congratulations on that. As did I, by the way.
All right,
let's bring on another titan of our community, somebody I think all of us admire for his coverage on a lot of different cases and causes, and he's been a leader on different issues in Massachusetts. And he also happens to have stood in recently for the great Howie Carr, and he's a stand-in regularly for Grace Curley. Someone, again, it's an honor to be associated with. So party people, put them hands together for wrestling great Mike Crawford.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. I just want to thank everyone who's watching and donating and this whole thing tonight, because I feel like it's a big community effort, and I'm like happy to be a part of this. And it's amazing. Like, I just got a hit up. Someone just donated $1,000 already.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
One of
Wow.
my friends.
the
I'm not going to
defense
say who it
jump
is, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying thank you so much. Like, that's amazing. So like, this is let's do this tonight. I want to thank DJ and Bia. You put a lot of work into this. Brian for LTL. Like, all four of us and Nick Rocco, like we've been working on this for a while. I know Dixie's here as well. Thank you for everything you do, Dixie. But this is just, I'm so glad that so many people stepped up on this. Like,
Yeah.
you put, like, especially DJ and Bia and LTL, like, there's a lot of phone calls and gone back and forth about this event. So I'm happy to be a part of it, and I'm happy that you like really have stepped up on this. This is going to be a great night tonight.
Thank you so much, Mike. Let's go on to the next person right here at the bottom of the queue. This guy, you can see this guy at standouts, at court, at all kinds of different things. He's been another trusted friend who's helped me out, kept me in the loop. He's also a mod for Calling All Beings, and everybody knows this man, although you may not recognize him without his baseball cap on backwards. So party people, put him together for Scott McGinnis.
Hi, everybody. Good. How's everybody doing?
Good, man. Good to have you here. I think we have one more spot, so we're going to be good. If a special guest comes in, we just got to make sure that we have 1 to 2 spots available at all times for some surprise guests. They're going to come in the joint. The next folks right here, this is a gentleman I got to meet on, I think it was my second trip to Massachusetts in support of these issues. And I got to go to Legacy Place, and what an honor it was to meet he and his wife. And he's constantly in the chat supporting Calling All Beings, whether we're doing true crime, UFOs, Bigfoot, he doesn't care. So party people, put them together for Dennis and Brenda Sweeney.
Hey, everybody.
Boots on the ground.
That's it,
Yeah.
man. When people think boots on the ground, like, he's the face that pops in their head. When they think Canton Select Board, his wife is the face that pops in their head. So it's really cool, man. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. How you doing, everybody?
Hey, Dennis.
Hi, Dennis.
Good. We're well.
Hey.
Thanks for joining.
Hi, Brenda.
Hello.
Miss you.
Unfortunately, I feel. Okay, Kurt. Okay, thank you very much. Just got a message from this gentleman right here, and this is a major fail because I don't have the Godfather queued up, but I will have it queued up for his next appearance on Calling All Beings. I promise you. So this is one flub for today. This gentleman right here is a leader in the movement. He is also a leader in terms of Karen and fundraising for her. He's sort of been in charge of that over the last 3 years, he and his wife, Jenna. And we've had him on cab, and it's just an honor to also make his acquaintance and help him out in any way we can, because what he's doing is clearly comes from the heart. So if I would can get everybody here to give a round of applause for my man, Nick Rock.
What's going on, everybody? How we doing today?
The Ricky haircuts.
What's going on? How's everyone doing?
Ready to raise money.
Yeah,
Raising money for
yeah,
Karen.
definitely, absolutely. It's it's a mission. You know, it's something that I think is needed. You know, when a lot of people say, you know, the criminal trial's over, she's free. Yeah, but we want the truth. We want justice for John O'Keefe, and that is going to come out in the civil trial, depositions, and so much more. You know, hours and hours and hours of depositions cost thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. It's not cheap. And, you know, she could have walked away from all this with the not guilty verdict and left it as is. But she knows that in this civil trial, a lot's going to be exposed, and she's ready for that fight. And she does need our support for sure.
Thank you so much. Everybody in the chat, thank you so much. I see there's so many of you there. Eventually, we're going to get to acknowledge you, but we do have a lot of people that we need to hear from on screen. Boston Brandy's there. We got to get her in here. She might wait till hour 2. So yeah, maybe we'll get you in here hour 2, Boston Brandy. So make sure you pop a Monster Energy drink. No sugar, of course, but yeah. So with that, I thought I would just make like an opening statement. Bia's going to make an opening statement, and then we'd like to just kind of go around and get everybody's thoughts about what's going on and why we need to raise money for Karen. And I guess if I were to think about my opening statement, what really resonated with me about this case, no yawning yet, Mike. You got to wait until later. I'm just kidding.
I'm not yawning.
Nick, do you have
Scratching my face.
Nick, do you have a cappuccino machine there that we can? All right.
Me?
So,
I don't drink coffee.
I already got it.
That's
I'm good.
That's on. Mike's like, I'm prepared. The thing I think that kind of got me about this case, and it being in New England, there's a lot of sort of symbology here, because if you look at it, we and our society in New England evolved out of England, very much so, and probably the most English or British place in America at the time, or in the colonies, was New England. And it really bothered me because back in New England at that time, a title meant something. If you had a certain title, I mean, you basically could tell people to get out of your way. British people would say things like, "Oh, thank you very much, Vogue." People would say things like, they'd say, "You'll do well not to cross me," or "You'll do well to get out of my way," or "You'll do well." That was a common thing back in the 13th, 14th, 15th century. And I think what resonated with me about this case was that we had the Albert family that apparently felt like that sense of entitlement, that patriarchal sense of entitlement that we associate with England in that era, not the UK today. So let's not, I don't want any of our British fans and friends to like attack me, but they know that's, she's here already. And they know that to be true. And so it really bothered me that this family saw fit that, how dare you investigate me? How dare you enter my house or question me and all these sorts of things. And that really, really bothered me. But with that, we do have a very special guest backstage. And so we'd like to get her on stage now. She is why we all came together to raise money, because we believe in what happened to her is so egregious and so ridiculous and so criminal, in fact. So without further ado, party people, put your hands together for Miss Karen Reed. Can I get an amen for Karen?
Hi, guys. I don't know why seeing Scott McGinnis made me emotional.
Is it because he's not wearing his hat on backwards, Karen? Because we all had the same reaction when he came on.
DJ, can you move her to the middle?
Hi, Karen.
Yes. Yeah, we can do
Hi,
that.
Scott.
We'll put Karen in the middle.
Just so she feels the love, right?
Good call. Thank you. Good
We all
call, Bia. This is why I have such a great co-host. My God. So lucky.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm every day is a different day. I was telling somebody yesterday, I have no experience living each day that I'm living. And it's like I had 3 years of trial, and there was some repetition. Like I did the same thing at the same time many of those days. And now in the last 7 months, it's a whole new routine that I'm trying to adapt to. And it just hit me seeing Brenda and Dennis and Scott, and I don't think some of the supporters, and Nick too, I talk to Nick every day. I haven't seen Nick's face in a minute, but I don't think some of the supporters understand what those moments walking into court every day. And there were rainy days, but there were a lot of very beautiful sunny days. And I would roll the window down near this little square, this kind of courtyard area in Dedham, and I would see the Sweeneys, and I would eventually see Scott. And I don't think you understand what that moment in time meant to me, that might I not leave this courthouse the same way that I'm arriving at the courthouse. And I was excited, even with what was happening. I was excited to get off the exit every day. And I've never been embraced by people like this for any other reason in my life. I'm not very athletic. I mean, other than my friends and family, I've never really had people cheer for me for anything. And to have it every day, you can't not look forward to it. It's just human nature. But all the other emotions that were in my body, uh, going to court every day, and um, I had this like envy of the people like the Sweeneys and Scott and Nick, that might we split ways at the end of this, where I'm not free anymore and I won't ever see you again. And uh I can't, it's just very surreal. And it's taken me it's taken a minute to um just bounce back. It hasn't been the way I thought it would be, but I didn't really have any reason to have certain expectations. I guess I thought life would revert to what it was before, although that wouldn't be possible, but I would just feel normal. And I don't quite feel that way. But I can't tell you, it feels really good to see everybody. I wish I could. I'm on my phone. Is that John Como? Is he there?
That's John Como. Is
Yeah,
there?
maybe.
Oh. John, don't take this the wrong way, but John sleeps in my bed every night.
Bet from you. Yeah, he got a bet. He got a
You know,
bet.
you know.
Karen, what?
That'll be clipped.
That'll be good.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Let
Money
them.
might that'll definitely be clipped.
It's a nice
I-
bet, isn't it, John?
I had lived in
It's
my
a-
house since 2017, and I lived alone, obviously. And I don't want to use the word curate, that's too fancy, but I had everything the way I liked it. I had ordered 3 different mattresses until I found the one just for me that was perfect. And the years leading up to trial, when things would quiet down in between hearings, I wallpapered, I painted, just trying to find economical ways to occupy my nerves. And I was happy when I moved to, and John paid me, but I was happy that my bed, which was relatively new, went to someone who stood for something in my life. And I have a cousin very dear to me who took all my art and books, and I didn't take any of it. I moved in with my parents, and it's not the house I grew up in. It's smaller, and there just wasn't room for anything. So I've got rid of everything. But I liked being able to give it to people that weren't strangers. So
I mean, the crazy thing is we were all strangers to each other. We all met each other because of the fact that we all wanted to help you and find justice for John. So, none of us would be even here today if this tragedy didn't happen to you. And I mean, so strangers once, but friends, throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, I met all
that's
of
right.
I met all of you because of what happened to Karen. Everybody that's on this screen right now, became friends with because of what happened to Karen. We're like, hey, I got to come together and come to Boston and do stuff. So, James, when you want to talk, just unmute. It's just the noise of the vehicle, but you're welcome.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
I don't know
Go
if
ahead.
you guys can hear me. Hey, Karen,
Yes, sir.
how are you?
Hi, James. Good to see you.
I'm sorry. I just got. Smile, Karen. You look better when you're smiling.
Thank you. I'm not down. I've just lately I feel very emotional. Not down, just emotional. I was on a flight. I was on a flight from Atlanta, or I was going to Atlanta for a day earlier this week. Nick knows about this, but um, the stewardess put a note in my lap towards the end of the flight, and she didn't let on at all during the flight that she knew me or recognized me, but she said something very sweet about making women feel stronger and having a voice and standing up for themselves. And I started crying on the flight. I think I'm just really sensitive, and I don't know. I feel like I am having this delay or this spigot of adrenaline that I was living off of that worked. I couldn't believe how much the body, how it can just keep producing endorphins, not just in a moment of extreme need for endorphins, but for years. Um, it's almost gotten to the point that I'm comforted. I feel good and normal when I have legal stuff to do. Um, but but I don't have that fear and that anxiety of facing trial. But at the same time, it was jump starting me out of bed. Like when you're facing trial or even a hearing, I never slept the night before hearing, and I didn't have an immediate worry. I knew I was going to come home that night, but it's just the cameras and the press, and are we going to win this argument, and whom do I have to look at that I don't want to look at, and what am I going to be criticized for? So it's this bundle of nerves, but it helps wake you. It's like I'm shot out of a cannon every single morning for a thousand days. And then now there's my days are really busy, but I don't know when the day starts, where it's going to go. And I don't have this fear, but I've, I feel like that was driving me. And now there's just this void, and it's feels really weird.
Do you miss your students the most?
Somebody just asked me that. I my students from my old life, I do miss teaching because they're so they seem so innocent, and I just mean innocent in an adolescent way, that I feel like when I was in college and their age, I was much more mischievous. And my dad, who was a professor for 40 years, said the bittersweet thing about teaching is the students never age, and you do. Um, but I've considered going back. I've considered going back into finance, and it makes me happy and sad to realize I don't think that's gonna happen. Um, I don't know that I can get on the. I still don't have a license, first of all,
Mhm.
so it's hard. I'm in the deep suburbs. It's
Mhm.
hard to even get to a commuter rail. I either rely on family, or I, you know, pay for a ride. So, but I I've heard from a lot of students. Um, I heard from one just 2 days ago that I apparently was trying to reach me from China, and I had someone translate a Chinese note from her that she had written to someone else. But um, I I've come to the realization that that was not what I was here to do, even though I loved doing it. That, like it or not, uh, this is my mission now, and it may never end. It may never end. This fight. It feels like it's just always going to be something, and I'm coming to terms with that. And I guess that's what we were prepared to do, and now we have to put our money where our mouth is, so to speak. That Alan Liza and I used to say during trial, we'd love to abolish Lampron. We'd love for the law in Massachusetts to recognize when there is a conflict with the law enforcement officer writing subpoenas. Um, and we have to jump through hoops to get a court to order that law enforcement officer to write a search warrant to Google, to Lexus, to Apple, to Verizon. There's not a provision in the law that, what if we can't trust that gatekeeper? And Lampron it really was the bane of our existence, trying to get evidence. And now we are getting evidence because other people are fighting for us now, or they're fighting for themselves, but it's helping me. Then imagine if we got these phones when we thought we had a basis to get some of these phones, and now by the will of God, we're getting it. And look what's there. And that was kept from me. And there is a there. And that the law in Massachusetts allows the prosecution to take anything and everything in an investigation with weak justification, and to defend yourself. Lamb front is tricky because you essentially have to tell the court what you think you're going to get when you get that evidence. What do you think is in that cell phone record? What do you think is in that Google search or the geofence? Well, I don't know what I don't know, but I
How
have
can
reason
you
to
know?
believe there's something there. And it's just a very easy denial. First of all, it's an easy opposition for the prosecution. And it's an easy denial for the court that, well, you can't tell me specifically what you think is in Jen McCabe's Verizon records. Therefore, this is a fishing expedition. It's an incredible handicap going into trial. So the point of this story about Lampron is, we had discussed how can we change this for the next Karen Reed and make it harder for this to happen again. And we were so gung ho about it. Once I'm acquitted, we're going to keep fighting. And I don't think what we realized is there were no days off. It just rolled right into the civil case. And the civil case and the timing of it with the O'Keefes has forced me to get on my own civil case so we can possibly roll this all into one efficient process. But I guess I was thinking I'd have a minute to catch my breath, but that's not in the designs. And I'm just grateful. I'm even free to pursue this. And once again have these incredibly talented lawyers. We had a Zoom last night about our civil case, and I had lawyers from two different firms essentially battling over who gets to do what deposition. And I think I'm fortunate to be in that position. I was lucky to have the help I had the first trial, and then I had even more help the second time. And now the stakes are much lower, and I've got just as much talent as I've had. So I guess we're just going full steam ahead, and I've got the help I need.
We are going to be here for you, Karen. I can promise you that. And if you don't mind, I would like to let every member of the panel just address you, beginning with my co-host, who is to your right, Boston Bia.
Well, thank you for joining us tonight. You are the reason that we all came together, and we've never wavered in our support for you. And I just want to wish you all the best. Again, keep up the fight. We're here to see you through it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for being here on a Friday night. I'm sure there's a million other places you'd rather be.
No, actually, we'd like to be
No.
right here with
No.
you.
We want to be
right
here.
We'd
here.
like to
This
right
is
here.
where we
Right
want to
here.
be.
Yeah.
I took half a day of leave today just to get ready for this because we wanted to make this a great event and raise a lot of money for you. And this is 1.0, but it's not the end. So we'll get together and do more stronger together. So John, the great John Camo, go ahead, sir.
I don't know about you guys, but my allergies are killing me.
Yeah, shut up, John. You're crying.
So, and I'll be quick. When I first got divorced and I moved into an apartment, the first thing I did is I went on Amazon and bought a mattress, a king size air mattress. And the thing was like 20 something inches tall. And I loved it because I have a bad back and you can inflate that thing. And I went through 3 of them and I just was so stubborn that I wasn't ever going to buy a better mattress. And then when this kind of happened, I'm like, I'm like, I really don't want to get rid of my air mattress, but I'll take it. And I even said, I'm like, if I'll take the mattress, if I like it, I'll keep it. If not, I will find a way to get rid of it for you. Well, we've kept the mattress. Just saying.
John carried. I had a big upholstered. It had wooden, a wooden base, but the base was all upholstered, and it had like it was all tacked. It was very big and solid. And John just took the entire headboard. He didn't even detach the legs on it, and just walked down my stairs and out
Didn't
the
touch the
front door
walls.
like Paul Bunyan.
Didn't touch anything. Didn't touch
Yeah.
any of the
Neanderthal.
sides.
Put it on his back.
John said, "Ain't nobody getting this bed."
He likes
Been moving for
Bigfoot.
7 years. I'm like, she's selling the house. I'm like,
Not
I'll be damned if I'm going to be the one to ruin the walls. So yeah. So, but hey, you know,
Good to see you.
you too.
Brian LTL, my man.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else on a Friday night but be here. Karen, you know that the first time we ever spoke, I said that I was in this all the way to the end until you walked out of all these courtrooms fully exonerated from all of this bullshit that's been going on with you. So you know I have your back. I'm in this all the way until the end. So you walk out and get justice for John as well too. So
Thanks, Brian. I hope you don't mind if I share this, but Brian, I think Brian, you came to 1 or 2 fundraisers and 1 or 2 dinners, private dinners that we had, and lunch and court a dozen times. Brian, I never saw Brian where he didn't literally empty the contents of his wallet. I think one time you gave me like $47. And this is in addition to donos on his channel and fundraising. The 47 is what was in his wallet. And it was a day that I had to cancel. Someone showed up unexpectedly, or I actually think it might have been Dr. Lapasada's assistant we needed a seat for. And Brian and Lauren traveled, and we're all dressed up for court, and I had to tell them I needed the seats. And Brian came to lunch with us and said, before I go, like, take my wallet. But that's I'll never forget that, Brian. You're just so generous. And so is everyone. But that is not an exaggeration. I never saw Brian where he didn't financially help me every single time.
Yeah, what's interesting, I just got to become friendly with Brian and Mike about a month and a half ago, something like that. And it's what kind of came to my mind. What a giving person and he's sick of hearing this because I tell him that all the time. And he's probably like, shut up, DJ, but he really is it's true. It's true. He's such a giving person. And I tell them all the time, it's an honor to be their friend. And it is. So thanks, Brian. Here's another great one. Thank you, sir. And I want to say about this gentleman down there in the corner named James Jackson. If you haven't seen him on Canton Chronicle, he's got such a great vibe with John and his team. So I just love seeing James. It's just a perfect fit. Go ahead, James. Go ahead and unmute and please address Karen. I know you guys are friends anyway, but go ahead.
I think he might be talking to someone else.
Oh.
Hey, real quick, I'm sorry, guys. I gotta go. I just want to say,
Okay.
Karen, God bless you. It's so good seeing you up there, and I love seeing you smile. And shout out to everybody. JFK,
Karen, hold your head up, all right?
Yeah, what's up, buddy?
All right? We got to rock out tonight and say free Karen Reed in front of about 700 people, all right?
Yeah,
Thank you.
Middle East downstairs.
We're at the Middle East tonight. We got Kevy Kev, too.
Yeah.
Keep your faith first.
Yay.
Keep your faith first.
Always.
You'll be all right. Hey, Mikey Crawford.
What's up,
You ain't
JFK? Not yet.
Mikey Crawford,
Not
make it
yet.
out to the Middle East. Anyone else
I'll
can
try.
make it out.
I don't know. I got bad eyes. I'm worried about driving.
I hear you, man. Be safe.
James.
Everybody be safe. God bless. Go ahead, DJ.
One thing I love that you said, I just loved and what I forgot to say is, how do you know I'm not talking to Karen Reed?
Hey. All right, guys.
Bye-bye. Have fun.
Bye.
Peace and love.
Bye, guys.
Peace.
I'll bring
See ya.
you in here, but I'm going to shut this. Hold on.
I don't know. Oh, I don't know if he's bringing show the audience out there, but if he's not, go ahead, Mr. Crawford.
JFK somewhere.
All right, we'll let him go because somebody else is trying to come in. I don't know who it is, so we'll We'll have to let go James because he's at the venue anyway. So, all right. I don't know who's trying to come in, but all right. Oh, there's James. Somebody. Oh, it's James coming in again as James. I don't know.
Oh, it's all right.
Mike Crawford, go ahead, please, and what you'd like to say to Karen
For standing up. Like, it would have been easy so many times for you not to come the way that you did. And I just want to thank you too for, like, you've never asked me for anything. Like, you've just been thankful like the whole time. Like, I think people should know that, because I hear a lot of people saying they don't think you're thankful. I've always felt thankful. Like, you've always thanked me, and I think all of us feel that way, people that know you. So that's the one thing I appreciate. You never tell me what to say. You never ask me for anything. Like, and I'm very thankful for what you've done. Like, for not just me, but the entire just ecosystem. Like, it's amazing. Like we were talking about, all the friends that we've made, all the people we've met through you. And I'm proud to stand up for you. Like, your entire family. I love your family. I love you. Like, I'm proud. Like, every day, like, people say, "Oh, how's Karen doing?" Like, it means a lot. Like, it's, not, it's a special thing. So I'm very appreciative to know you and support you.
Well, thank you, Mike. I didn't ask for anything because you beat me to it. There was nothing else I could ask of you. I have heard, I've gotten messages. I've stopped reading my inbox, partly because I just can't keep up with it. I think it's common knowledge, everyone on this line knows, to the best of my knowledge, as we speak, the district attorney's office is still trying to charge me with conspiracy to commit witness intimidation. If I had a public thank you to anyone embroiled with the district attorney's office, I would bet the roof over my head that that would be played before a grand jury as a thank you for approaching witnesses. I know it would. I know it was. I know what was presented to a grand jury to get me indicted for murder. The bar is not too low. It's where Andy Rentro's ham sandwiches. I had an acquittal dinner that I honestly was too emotional to really even. I didn't really even want to go. I was just kind of in a zombie like state in the hours after the acquittal, but the people in attendance were my immediate family and my attorneys and one other person and his girlfriend at the time. My best friend wasn't there, but this was a very private, sincere thank you from about a dozen people to one person. As far as everyone else is concerned, there are people I have not thanked, and there are people I have thanked that I could thank every day, and it wouldn't be enough. I'm not saying that sarcastically. It wouldn't be enough. I would like people to understand we're half a year from trial. I've been living very privately. I'm not going to events because I don't want any part of this. I'm really deep in this decompression, and it's been difficult. There were, I think the number was like around 3,000 people outside the courthouse. I can't get to everyone individually, but what I can tell you is when I've been able to, we've had multiple fundraisers. I think the second one we had, Brian, was 400 or 500 people. I had about 10 dinners paid for by friends and restaurants that I tried my hardest to invite the people that I know were involved just constantly. And there I God willing have more time to thank people, but I don't know what is expected of me. I don't know what more I can do right now, and I'm still dealing with legal things. I have not really taken a celebratory lap anywhere, but I think uh, people who have been the loudest about me not thanking them know exactly why I have not more publicly done so, because just like the videos you saw in court and second trial, it will be taken out of context, and I do not want another unjust criminal battle. I am sick of needing a criminal attorney in Dedham, and I've already had two since my acquittal. I had one during the summer, and then he was replaced. I have another attorney now. Um, I'm still worried. I'm worried about the players involved at the district attorney's office and their biases, and um, I I I have to be very careful how I thread needles, and I think a lot of people understand that, whether they admit it or not. Um, uh, but I've thanked everyone on this call, and I hope to see more people in person. Some of you I haven't met ever, but please be patient with me. And there's things I want to say, and I will say them. And Nick and I have very very big plans to uh, really start airing things out in 2026. I only watched the last episode of my documentary, but my understanding is it did not reveal what I was hoping it would, which is, what does it take to fight the government? What does it take to be the underdog? And Nick and I and Alan hope to reveal that much more precisely than it has been so far. I hope that we can generate some momentum and discuss the DA race, which I don't know if people realize what the implications of the latest contender to throw his hat in the ring, what that could mean. What has he said? How has he identified his platform? What does that mean about this case? And I've heard comments I've given to Karen. She's fought her battles. She's free, and she still wants more. First of all, thank you. And if this is where you get off the train, that's fine. But for the people who have repeated the mantra, justice for John, and what about the other side? Uh, what about this loss, this murder? We want more answers. I'm getting them. I'm battling that right now, but I can't do it without help. No one else is going to do it. I hope things change politically, and I am giddy at what that could mean for this case. And this is all surmise, and reading what's out in the public forum. I think things aren't over by a long shot. But this is still the civil battle, and the lawsuits are still part of getting justice. And we were really handicapped at trial. People have no idea, what we were prohibited from doing and saying and showing. And that's why we have this call right now, why we're all on here. That sunlight is the best disinfectant. We need more sunlight. I'm here. We won the first two battles, but now we get to play offense. That's I need help. And I had three law firms, and then a fourth individual, Victoria, helped me win. That's what it took. I had David, and then the folks at David's firm, Tanis and Ian. I had Bob, and Barb had a whole arsenal that you never saw back at DLA Piper helping us. I had Liza and Alan, and then I had 9 law clerks, which was a brainchild of Alan Jackson's. September 2024. It feels like 5 years ago, but we had our first meeting after the first trial, and we're talking about experts and how are we going to pay for them. And I said, well, I've got to sell my house. It's my last asset. I listed my house, and I think I sold it 2 months later. So that covered part of trial. And Alan said, we've got some of the best academic institutions in the country right here in New England. Let's see if any students want to cut their teeth live in a criminal trial. So David sent out a notice to the law school at Boston College's alma mater. Alan did one to Harvard. And we had a week of interviews. We probably each interviewed, David and I, and then Liza and Alan probably each interviewed 50 third-year law students. And we got 9, including one who was the president of the Harvard Law Review, Sophia Hunt. That's what it took to win this. I now have 3 concurrent civil trial tracks. I have Plymouth State, Bristol State, state cases, and now federal. You saw what it took to win a trial with 2 sides. Now I've got trials with 2 sides in 3 different forums. It's not, my insurance company's attorneys cannot digest all this. It's like drinking water from a fire hose. It's bigger than it's bigger than any one lawyer. It's actually bigger than any one firm.
Totally makes sense to me. As you said, they're coming in cold, trying to learn the case, facts, understand the nuance, and then present a very cogent defense would be extraordinarily difficult. And thank you, because you stated why we're all here and why this is important in terms of funding for these 3 cases that you have to defend yourself, and maybe even a 4th if we don't get Morrissey out of there. But if you don't mind, I just want to let the rest of the panel continue to address you. And we have one of your most ferocious supporters in this entire movement down just below me here on screen. And that is, of course, Boston Brandy. I only muted you, Nick, because of the keyboard, you and Brandy with the TV. So go ahead, but you're all good. So go ahead.
Hi, I just want to say hi. You're beautiful. You are so ferociously brave, and no human deserves to go through half of what you went through. And I have so much respect watching you just overcome everything that is thrown at you. The entire world is thrown at you, like between the government, the internet, the trolls, the haters, the non-believers, just everyone. Just you can't get it from anywhere else negatively. And the more people here, the more people that do speak up and just, put aside that fear that they're getting, it's going to help all of us. It's your name on the docket, but this fight is for all of us. And everyone needs to realize that. And I'm here for the end too. I mean, we got a dead cop on a dead cop's lawn and nobody's in jail for it. And it's just like, it's gone on too long. And I don't feel like there's any justice in the justice system. It's all a game. It's all rigged. There's always a loophole. And it's just, they make it so out of reach for you to be able to even learn your rights. They don't teach it in public schools. They'll teach on it in a little bit. And then they make law schools so expensive. So you can't really, and it's just so hard to, more people need to learn about their birth given rights, because when it comes down to it, the next Karen Reed, if they don't have the team like you had, and nobody has that team. You know what I mean? They won't. No one ever will. That literally was the dream team and is the dream team. You have the 2 dream teams. You know what I mean? And it's like, no one's going to get that again. So we need to all come together and help you. And it's just like it's the United States citizens on that docket, but it's under the name Karen Reed. That's how I feel.
Thank you.
But
that's
good
true.
luck in everything.
Thank you. Please know, I am not on Twitter. Nick's kind of my human filtration system. If there's something important I need to know, even if it's negative, Nick feed my eyes and ears. But please know, there's so much positivity from the minute I step out the door. My mailman blows me a kiss. I have not paid for a meal. My parents haven't paid for a meal. This is Boston Seaport was like our home during trial. So I know that neighborhood and the support I have there. But in my town where I live in Dayton, even when I travel, I've been to New York a couple times, in Los Angeles, where everyone's more famous than I am. There is a lot. It's overwhelming. Please don't think that the hate you see in pockets, and we know who's generating that. We know it's who feels so passionately, so viscerally hateful about me, and why. We know who they are, and we need to dismiss it, because it is not representative of the actual world around us. I promise you.
Right. You're right.
Yeah.
I see
If
that
you're in a
every day.
fight, one of the people that you want backing you up is that lady right down there. That's
Stop.
someone you want.
I'll
right
help
there
anyone
backing
that
you up.
needs it. I
Yeah.
don't know. We all
You're-
gonna need help eventually. All of
Yeah.
us are. So
I just want you to know we really appreciate you, Brandon. You've shown a lot of leadership in the community to all of us. And I said that to you privately on text, but I'll say it publicly on air. You know that you've shown a lot of leadership, a lot of courage, and a lot of wisdom, and we appreciate that, and we certainly will follow
Thank you, Brandy.
thank you.
So now we get to Nick Rocco, who talks to you every day, but Nick, nonetheless, might have something to say.
I'll keep it short. Listen, you know, a lot happens behind the scenes. One thing I will say, and she can back me up on this, is my tweets come from me. Karen does not tell me what to tweet. I'm not her mouthpiece. I'm not her PR person. I've become very involved in this, and I care about the truth. And when I see stuff that's not true, I like to correct it, whether it be you know, a troll or somebody who once supported her who maybe doesn't anymore, because they hear, you know, rumors are the worst thing possible because it starts with the truth and ends with a lie when you have a rumor. So, you know, if it doesn't come from Karen and her team, wait for the answer. Wait for the question to be answered, because it is all coming. It's just a matter of time. And I know people want to hear from her, you know, right now. She's here, she's talking. But there will be more things in the future where more things can be addressed. Every question that I see out there online, they will all be addressed. There is an answer for everything, and it will all make sense. And one thing I would like to say is that, you know, people have heard about this case throughout the world, right? You know, you had somebody who started this and got a lot of the word out, but there are others that specifically heard about it through a different way. So at the end of the day, it's you just have to realize that you still have the support there from a lot of people, and at the end of the day, that's really what.
Thank you so much, Nick. It's been a pleasure to coordinate with you on this, and I did apologize to Nick for not having the Godfather theme queued up for Nick's entrance, but next time he's on, Karen, we will have the Godfather theme queued up and played for Nick Rocco, and then I'll do my, you know, Vito Corleone impression again. Okay. She's like, yeah, this guy's really ridiculous.
That's
It's
good.
true.
No,
right.
who doesn't love the Godfather?
Okay, before we go to the Sweeneys, I want to tell all these beautiful people in the chat that are extremely generous. I want to thank you for super chatting. It would be more helpful if you divert and put this right into Karen's Give, Send, Go, her Venmo or her PayPal.
Up,
actually, can
we're up to 19,382.
Every time I hit refresh, it goes up.
Started 53 minutes in.
You're kidding.
People are like
No, I'm
really
not
throwing
kidding.
down.
I keep refreshing.
No, 19,382.
Yep, I just said that.
Oh my God.
Repeating it. People can hear it.
Yes.
Oh my God. I feel like I'm having a dream.
No, it's because people still support you regardless of the false narratives that are put out there.
Right.
That's why. We all support you.
Also want to say, all this money that comes to CAB, this will eventually end up when they pay us to Karen's defense fund. So every penny, I'd rather you donate directly to Karen. That would be better than super chatting us, much as we appreciate it. But every penny will go to Karen. So
I got my wallet out. I got my wallet right here because I'm going to be making.
Can I see that again, Mike?
That's like the fattest wallet. That's a fat wallet. That's like old grandpa wallet. I can't even get up. Look at that. It's like what?
All right,
go money,
Look at
Mike.
those moss flying around that thing, will you?
Full of cards and money. All right.
Let them moss.
You know why he walks with a limp.
Oh my goodness. The people to Nick Rocco's left are some of my very favorites, our favorites, and it turns out Karen's favorites as well. And they are, of course, Dennis and Brenda Sweeney.
Yes.
Well, it's good to see you. I'm not on the sidewalk. I feel good being in a chair talking to you for a change.
It's not cold.
It's good to see you.
Sitting down. Not with
Talk
that.
to
Not
the
with the
speech. I
flag.
can't
He's always
talk.
got.
I just want to say that you don't have to thank us, Karen. What we're doing is simply the right thing to do. And I'm proud to be able to help in any way that I can. And those murdering bastards are still out there, and we need to get them in jail.
We're working on it.
Yeah.
Brenda is a bulldog. Let me say that. She is a bulldog, and
Brenda.
she's fearless. She is fearless. She lives in that town, and when you stand up to people that you have to see every single day, it's not easy. I mean, we all deal with it in our own ways, but she has stepped up big time and gets in front of that microphone and lets them have it. She tells the truth, and it, I kudos to you, because it takes courage to do that.
Yeah, her and Boston Brandy are like homies, man. Like the two of them,
I've known her for 20 years.
Yeah.
Oh,
awesome.
really?
Yeah. I grew up
She
with
grew
Dennis.
up with Dennis's son.
Well, my son, yeah.
Awesome. I didn't know that. Another story.
Small
But
world.
we're gonna get Boston Brandy on here for an interview, so we're gonna get to hear her story. So we'll find out. Scott McGinnis, the legend. How are you, Scott? Your turn.
Great. How's everybody?
Good, sir.
What?
Yeah, Brenda's speeches have been like almost to the perfection level now. I remember Brenda when she first started, nervous, the 3-minute timer. And now Brenda gets up there like smooth as butter.
Thank you.
Anything you say to Karen?
Karen's talking about how she's still fighting, the corruption involved in this whole thing, DA Morrissey's office. When I first learned about Karen's story, mainly through Turtle Boy's initial reporting, I was like, oh, hell no. They're not going to railroad this woman. I was motivated and upset to start showing up in front of that courthouse in July of 2023. And that's how I met all these great people, veteran boots on the ground. And we were there every day we could possibly be. And that's how Karen got to know us, our support. That's how, Karen came on to the show. She kind of teared me up a little bit about that, because our hearts and souls were in it. Not just for Karen, but our fight against the corruption in this state. And somebody like DA Morrissey, the embedded state police detective groups, you have a corrupt police department like Canton. That's the only way this could have possibly happened, that Karen was framed like this. So we have systemic problems in our government. So when I first started showing up in front of that courthouse, holding a Free Karen Reed sign or Michael Morrissey for federal prison, I was there to fight the corruption more than with any reason I would have been there in the first place. Like, I didn't show up at court to see Karen Reed as like a celebrity. That's not why I was there. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of us that were involved in the movement were there for that first. Karen Reed could be anybody. You know what I mean? Like, I would have been there for whoever, because we could see that Karen was clearly framed. I could, anyways.
We just got over 20,000. Sorry.
Woo!
That's awesome.
Thank you, Boston Bia.
Let's go.
I was watching
That's what I was so
refreshing.
upset about is the corruption. And I remember, Karen, I got invited into court with you that during the first trial. And Karen says, oh, yeah, I saw you guys protesting at DA Morrissey's office. And some of your interviews, got on TV news, and I think, other than us standing out for Karen every day we could, for both trials, pre-trial, but we've done protests at Morrissey's office. I think I've done protests there 13, 14 times. We're doing protests for justice for Sandra Birchmore. This DA Michael Morrissey monster, as horrible as Karen's case and all she's going through and her fights now still civilly, there's other disasters that have happened in Norfolk County because of the corruption. And I'm not going to stop fighting the corruption no matter what. Morrissey's got to go. Systemic changes need to be made in the system. Every DA in Massachusetts should have their embedded state police detective groups removed. That's a terrible idea. I don't know why Massachusetts does it like that. That's one of the main reasons why DA office like Morrissey's can go off the rails, because he has these hand-picked group of detectives that are loyal to him. If you look at Michael Morrissey's office, these detectives were all connected to Morrissey somehow, and that's how Morrissey gets them in his office. That they're not randomly handed out to these DAs. These DAs are able to collect their own little group of state police detectives, and you see like the worst case scenario possible in DA Morrissey's office.
And they
But,
donate to him. They don't even hide
Yeah.
it.
Right.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
have anybody read an ethics regulation or instruction, a state, geez, you don't donate to your boss, by the way.
It's just business as usual in Mass, though. That's the way it
Yeah.
works.
And you look at
who's going to hold them
you look at
responsible?
Morrissey's office. I mean, they got rid of
Good point, Nick.
Proctor's obviously fired, but they rehomed DeCiccio, Yuri Buchanan. Tully's supposedly not in the office anymore. I don't know where they put him, but they're not. It's not getting out in the public. Proctor's public because he got fired, but they're not talking about how DA Morrissey's sinking ship. He's losing men left and right, but the mainstream media doesn't talk about it. They don't talk about the systemic corruption in the state, the way these DA offices are run, and the way their detective units are assembled. And I think it's important for the public to be more educated on the system we have in place in Massachusetts and how it needs to have systemic reform.
They moved them like they moved the priests.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Mike, that's a perfect analogy.
But
Perfect.
we're all going to back Adam Deese. That's what we're backing, right? You want him in there for sure, right?
But it eventually was exposed. It was an Oscar-winning movie. It took time, and people committed suicide over it. But it will be exposed, and people should care. People come up to me and say, I'm sorry, I binge watched it, and I hate that apologetic or embarrassment tone. You should care, not about me. You should care about your government, and we will shine a brighter light on this, Scott. DeCiccio, Koskowski, Buchnick, Tully. These things are not going to kept hidden from the public. We're chipping away. Just stay faithful and hopeful. And I hope, and I expect Nick, Alan, and I will help unfold this for you as the civil case proceeds, as this DA race picks up. This is the year. So I hope with this channel that we're gonna have, everybody can pop on and we can do this again or do this forum again. But thank you. This money will go. You will see it like you saw at trial where your money goes. You will see how you've contributed. We'll have another dream team and we'll expose more. So thank you, everyone. I'm gonna jump. I think I need to go talk to Nick 'cause I haven't talked to him in an hour. But thank you so much.
Thank you, Karen.
We'll see ya.
Happy holidays.
Thank
Keep
you.
up the
Merry
fight.
Christmas.
We love you.
Merry Christmas.
We love you,
Merry
Karen.
Christmas.
Happy
we love you.
holidays. Talk
Yeah.
soon,
I'll
you
sleep
guys.
well.
Bye-bye.
Yes, thank you.
And
dude,
just
that
so
was
you
amazing.
know, we're at 21,837.
It's amazing.
That's amazing. We want to
It
thank
was really-
everyone
yeah.
for everyone for your donations.
It's just great to
good.
see her smile,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
knowing the hell that
Plus-
she's been through and just the hell that she has to go through the next few years or whatever, it's just, she's strong for sure.
I
No
think
doubt.
too.
we all have to
What it's really for her, because I think people don't see it. Like I feel like
Yeah.
what I see, I think people saw it tonight. Like you could feel it. Like you can.
Yeah.
This is not like an easy thing for her. Like have all these people and then know people, like all
Yeah.
that stuff and the PTSD from it. I felt like I could feel it tonight through what she was saying.
You
And this
just
is
hear
not
when she
something
first come on, she
anyone
just
has
walked out.
experienced.
Okay, yeah.
So You don't know how someone's going to react. This isn't scripted life. This isn't a movie. Or just yet. This is somebody living day by day under these circumstances that they didn't ask for. These circumstances were, placed on her, and she's trying to navigate her way out of this. So, my heart goes out to her. And, again, I want to thank everyone for their donations. We're almost at $22,000. So we've pretty much almost doubled the defense. Yep. We just went over 22,000. So thank you.
I made a donation while we were live. I don't know if you noticed that. I was doing
Money Mike.
I want to go back to a point that she made, and I think this is very important for the people that are watching here. She went back and talked about looking at your local leaders in your community. And this is something that I speak about on my show all the time. And I think that people get really wrapped up in the national election, like who's going to be president. That, in my opinion, I think it's going to change every 4 years now. I don't think we're ever going to really have an 8-year president. That's just my opinion. But my bigger point is this: get involved in your local communities, because that's where you have to live. I mean, you look at the Sweeneys, you look at Brenda, she goes to the select board meeting, she calls out these people that are not doing the right thing in their community, where they're hiding information or they're covering for things. You have the power, people, to get out in your community and vote these people out. And that's why it's very important this next election cycle. Michael Morsi needs to go.
It's more important.
We need to find a good candidate to get behind and get someone in there that is going to peel back all the layers and have transparency in these positions and clean up not just Norfolk County, but Massachusetts, clean up our police systems, clean up our prison systems, get rid of all these people that are just stuck in the system with handshake deals behind closed doors and get away with all this crap. And I have a lot of cases that I follow. I mean, look at just what happened up in Marcy with all those corrupt prison guards that killed an inmate. This would have been buried if those body cameras didn't turn on. So I urge people, get out, find out who your local leaders are in your community. And if you don't like what they're doing, look into who those candidates are and vote them out. You can't sit on Facebook and X and complain all day long. Oh, this person's still in power. This person's still in power. You've got to get out there and make a difference.
It's more important to vote your local,
this next election,
than the president.
Yeah, this next election, when she's talking about the DA race, statewide, we're going to have this FOIA. We keep talking about the FOIAs with the great attorneys that are getting all these FOIA requests. Well, it's because it's local police. They have to do the FOIA law. They have to do the freedom of information. But the government, the state government, the governor, the state house, all your state reps, your state senators, they don't have to do any FOIA. There's a new bill that's going to be on the ballot in November. Diana DeZoglio is pushing it, and it's basically going to make the entire state have to respond to our FOIA requests. So if we want to know what Healy is talking about with Morrissey, we don't know right now because she doesn't have to share our emails. She doesn't have to so we need to make sure we're voting too and vote for that FOIA law that's going to come up on the ballot in November. And I think Democrats and Republicans all want that. Like no matter if you're liberal, conservative, everyone wants that FOIA.
Hey guys, I hate to interrupt. I want to recognize we've got some incredible donations here. We got easily, I would say, more than $1,000 just in super chats. It's going to eventually get to Nick and Karen in their fund. So from Casa D, I believe this is North Shore Nacho, folks. It says, keep the faith, Karen. The North Shore Nachos have supported you since day one and will continue to support your fight and get life back and justice for both of you and John. I hope you can take a step back and enjoy the holidays with your amazing family. God bless and happy holidays to all. P.S. Hi, Bia. She's a North Shore Nachito.
Yes,
or
thank you,
Nachita.
Nachos.
Listen, I gotta get going, but I think someone will be hopping on here who's gonna read some sidebars for you guys. So I gotta hop off.
Thank you, Nick.
But good to see everybody. Have a good night and have a Merry Christmas, everybody. All right?
Memphis own Nick Rocco.
Merry Christmas, Nick.
We just broke 23,000.
And
23,042.
If
awesome.
I get time, I'm sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
Similar to what Mike said, people need to also remember, even at the town level, it's the select boards that pick all the other boards, not school. Remember, there's the elected boards, and then there's the appointed boards. So the people that are on the select board, are going to be putting their friends into these other boards to make sure that the towns run the way they want it to run. And it's like that at a lot of these towns. So it's not just Canton. So it's at every level that you have to be paying attention.
John, may I ask you a question on that point? How do you compare Canton to other towns in terms of corruption? Like, do you think that even though it exists in other towns, or do you think it's an excessive due to the Albert patriarchy of the town, or they're at least what they think their perceived patriarchy?
I don't think it's an Albert patriarchy. I don't think it's an Albert patriarchy. I think it's no different in any other towns. It's just, it's been highlighted in Canton. It's been there's been a microscope on Canton. All right. Some of the things that everybody complains about that, whether it's, and I'm not saying this is Canton, but I'm saying in general, a police officer getting away with different things, a DPW people getting, using equipment, you name it, people in the towns, someone that works at the rec department that is, has the keys to stuff and can, it happens everywhere. It's just to what level.
They just killed the wrong
I'd say
cop
there's
and they
hundreds
framed
of
the wrong
towns.
girl.
Yeah,
Right.
hundreds of towns like
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
Especially in Mass.
We got another one for Boston Bia there. Brandy, what did you think you say did you say they picked on the wrong girl?
I said they framed the wrong girl. They killed the wrong cop. We're Boston people. We are nosy. We are gonna find out. We care about our neighbors and our kids, and however we have to make the city safer, we're gonna do it. I mean, look what they did with the bomber. They shut the city down till they got that guy. And this is what I feel like we should all be doing with this. Like, this is a chance for all of us to peacefully get these cops exposed and have systemic changes. We have to do it peacefully. We have to do it respectfully. I think respect has been lost everywhere in the world. It's so bring that back into style. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. And when we turn on each other, when we fight, it gives the cops, the corrupt cops, they breathe easier. It's a win for them. It's, you know what I mean? Like, we have to do this the right way. And we were doing it the right way. I feel like we still are doing it the right way, but we just need more people. I know it's scary. Like, I never want to be on camera. It's scary for me, but the drive I have comes from being a mother. Like, the fear I have of one of my daughters ever becoming a Karen Reed, or worse, a Sandra Birchmore, or a Just en Route. Like, this is serious. This is life or death. SHIT. Sorry, sugar honey iced tea. It's so scary to me. Like, everyone, this affects everyone, not just Karen. It's like, I don't know. It's just, it's bigger than anyone knows, and it's scary. And police officers, if Canton PD lost control of the scene, Mass State Police just ran with it. They inherited a compromised case and they just ran with it. And when your local police and your state police are doing things like that, none of us are safe. None of us are safe. Just because we're in our house is going to sleep safe tonight, you don't know what they're doing, what they're covering up. They literally are the best people to commit a crime because they literally know how to cover it up. They know what people are going to look for. They know how to delete things. They know they have all these experts. Karen doesn't. We don't. We are just regular citizens. And this
Are you drinking Red Bull again?
Hey, Brandy, hang on a second, because we got somebody backstage.
Put the Red Bull away.
No, you're 100. We wanted some Brandy rants tonight, and we got it. And
the
thing is that stuff happens.
Keep up. I gotta keep up.
If you do get in trouble, you want to have somebody like this on your side.
Attorney?
Hey, can you guys hang on a second while I'm trying to intro someone?
We have an attorney.
Party people, put your hands together.
They're too rowdy.
Court Hopkins!
Hey, Corey.
Hey,
Corey.
Oh my God, yes, I'll shut up for
We were
her.
talking about FOIA earlier. We love it.
FOIA Queen. Attorney Corey Hopkins.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Welcome, ma'am. It's a pleasure to have you.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, ma'am. It's a pleasure to have you. And Nick told us secretly that the organizers of this event that you were going to come and read some, as he called them. How do you say it, Bia?
Sidebars.
Thank you.
Sidebar. Sidebar.
There you go.
Sidebar.
Is my buddy signed on yet?
Emily does not appear to be here. We have space for her. 1, 2. Yeah, there she is.
Do you want me to jump off? I can jump off.
No, we're
No,
good.
we got.
We're
I
good.
think we got it.
Hey,
Is she
Emily.
here?
Yeah, right there.
Oh, do you
They're
see
next
her?
to
I
each
don't
other.
see her.
Yeah,
Where's she?
they're next to each other.
She's
We
it.
see her.
Bottom
Underneath
left.
you.
Hello.
Emily, see.
I can't see you.
Bienvenidos.
Hi.
Welcome.
So close.
He's joking.
Really? Hello.
Sorry, the greetings here are nothing demure. I mean, we pull out all the stops, but you've been here before, so you know this. But Corey didn't know. So
I didn't know.
all right. Thank you very much,
We
ma'am.
need
I
to
just
play
want.
All Hail the Queen for Corey.
Yeah. Oh, la la la. Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
Okay.
All
But
right.
don't get crazy.
Queen
But-
Corey, thank you
Yes.
very much for everything you've done, ma'am. And you and Emily have the floor.
Oh, thank you. Well, as you may know, we got the some of the sidebars from the DA's office today, this evening. We got 20 volumes from the first trial. So that's, I guess, through May 22nd. So from beginning of trial through May 22nd. And so I just started looking at them. Emily and I were just going through them quickly before we jumped on. It's kind of like everything you would expect from what I've seen so far, which is Bev being Bev consistently every
No,
sidebar.
really?
Like so much worse than you even.
Oh, I can't wait.
We saw like, oh, we stand up in Massachusetts. No, it's so much worse.
Wow.
Wow. Let us have it.
I mean, this is what I suspected.
I know.
And
Tease us with one.
can I ask, Corey? I assume you're not going to be litigating in Massachusetts anytime soon, but can you just give us your interpretation of what you saw and how that is out of step with other people that hold the title of judge?
It was tough to watch the trial. There was a lot of raging at the TV, as everyone did, but a lot of my thoughts were related to evidentiary decisions that I thought were atrocious. Mike Easter is, sticks in my craw regularly. I cannot stand that decision. I mean, I think about these decisions all the time. That's how bad they were, and not the norm. And the attitude is the other thing. The judicial demeanor is very important. Nearly every judge I've ever appeared in front of has fantastic demeanor. So to see something other than that on such a regular basis was tough to take.
Yeah, that it really, really bothered me because she was the one person. I asked people, like I would ask very inane questions like, who do you despise the most, Jennifer McCabe or Judge Bev? And it was like, well, kind of like we concluded, because there's someone that's supposed to be the arbiter of justice here, someone who the very name judge kind of implies impartiality. And that was the thing that we didn't get. She acted like she was friends with either the prosecution team, whether it was ADA Lally or Special Prosecutor Brennan. And that's what really, it drove me crazy like you. But I digress. You guys have something to get to. So Emily and Corey have the floor for whatever they want to do or say.
Emily, well, we were going to read a couple of the sidebars since we just got them. What do you think we should start with? We could start with like the opening day, start with some of McLaughlin Sass, or what? I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, let's do that. What's that one?
791.
791. Okay, hang on.
Okay, let's do that. There's just so much.
Are you going to be Bev or you want me to?
Yeah, you can be Bev and I'll be McLaughlin.
You got to smudge your eyeliner first.
I just want to say one thing if I muted your mic, it's not because we don't want to hear your voice. It's just because if you're using a laptop, it'll come out the speakers and in the mic and it can be distracting. So don't think that I muted your mic because we don't want you to talk. So please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Yannetti. Is that where we're starting?
Wait, are you on 791 where it starts with Oh yeah. Okay. Your Honor, may we approach you at sidebar?
Yes, jurors, when we come to sidebar, feel free to stand up and stretch.
Your Honor, the Commonwealth would object to defense counsel's opening. Contrary to the rules of this court, they open with suggestions of a third-party culprit. Twice, defense counsel represented that Karen Reed was framed and that she was ambushed. and that someone else did it. The Commonwealth would like to object, given the ruling of this court that there would be no third-party culprit claims within the openings.
Well, what do you want me to say? Just say openings are not evidence? I remind you, openings are not evidence.
The clerk interrupts. Sorry, one of the jurors needs to go to the bathroom.
Yes, we're going to take a recess. Jurors, why don't we take a 15-minute recess? This is probably a good time to continue this. Yeah, of course.
Yes, yes. So if you could note the Commonwealth's objection and give a limiting instruction reminding the jurors that openings are not evidence.
Okay, Mr. Yannetti.
So I don't think I did anything improper, Your Honor. I think I couched it in terms of lack of investigation. I did not name any third-party culprit, but I have no objection to the court's solution. AKA, I know I kind of probably did do something wrong, but continue.
Okay, you did a decent job, but there were a few times that you pushed it. All right, I will instruct them when they come back. What I was going to say is we'll take a 15-minute recess. Another one. Who is your witness? Do you have more than one for now until 1 o'clock, or do you just have one?
Probably just one. Oh, I don't have my cigarette. That I'm Lally.
Wait, I have my Lally fake cigarette.
Oh, dang it. I don't have it. Okay, let's do 8-1-45.
8-1.
I mean, I wish we could like relive the whole trial with the sidebars embedded. It's going to be tough to like, remind ourselves of everything that happened, but it's worth it. What?
And so what you guys need to know is they did not make this easy. I was expecting it was just going to be like sidebar, 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 sidebar. This is the full entire court testimony with the sidebars embedded in them, which is kind of nice, like getting my head in the moment of like, okay, this was like Matt McCabe talking about the group text or whatever, but it does make it a lot harder to dig the sidebars out. Okay, 45.
145.
Oh, 145. I was like, there's no sidebar here. See?
While you guys are looking for 145, which was amazing because some of the things that they allowed or didn't allow in the first trial and then allowed in the second trial, that when I was looking for like when I was putting all the text, like she didn't allow some of the texts in the first trial. She allowed some of the text in the second trial because they went to sidebar and didn't allow some of them. But then in the second trial, so I literally was going trial to trial and then to put all the texts in order because they were all over the place from both trials. So
yeah, there's no consistency.
Yeah, I know.
And that continues. I mean, I've looked at some of these and she's sort of making up rules of evidence like that playing a video twice in trial, for a witness to discuss is she says playing a video more than once is argument. I'm like, come on. That's not a thing. You just have to clarify. You're playing it twice for a reason, but it's argument. That's not a rule. That's not a rule.
Or the one that was asking Jen McCabe where her field of vision was, if she could see over the table. You know that Bev said that was a demonstration.
Yes, right.
And
okay, are you with me?
Yeah,
go ahead,
guys.
I'll see counsel at sidebar. What is the objection?
Right.
This is Lally objecting to everything.
Yeah.
I'll just be all the attorneys and say the name before I talk. Lally, I don't know whether this witness has the basis of knowledge to document causality as it comes to the injuries that he observed.
So if you can build a foundation, you can do that. And don't ask for demonstrations or having him repeat something. It's only one time.
Jackson, I don't understand what the court's issue is. If people didn't pay attention to it, then...
Are you pointing your finger at me?
No. I'm pointing my finger at the jurors. If the jurors did not see there's nothing argumentative about saying what did he do. I want to make sure that everybody saw what he did. Mr. Lally, I'm not sure.
They've seen it more than once. Or they've seen it once.
Jackson, I don't know that they've seen it once.
Well, that's...
As a matter of fact, they did see it once.
I was watching. It was good enough. It wasn't enough to respond to it with demonstration. She hates demonstration.
Hates them. From Jackson. Jackson, fair enough, Your Honor. Now, just to dovetail off what Mr. Lally indicated, this witness testified that for about the first 30 minutes of his testimony about his extensive medical background. I feel like it's a waste of time. But I could ask him a few more questions about whether or not he's seen many fights before or the product of that.
You can ask him about causation as well.
Fair enough.
And then they go back. Who was he interviewing? I mean, who was he questioning then?
I don't remember. It's
Was that Colin? The fights?
No, this is like a random
Was it one of the cops?
yeah, I think it's one of the cops.
The
Also,
fight?
this is it always indicates who the lawyer is, but never who they're questioning unless they say their name. Firefighter Nuttall. It's Nuttall.
Oh.
That was the guy, the one that was other than McLaughlin.
Yeah,
So
Puffy Jack.
you guys are gonna have to
Puffy
watch.
Puffy.
You're gonna have to watch each trial, and then as they go to sidebar, look at the sidebars that you got,
And
and,
then talk
and
about
just
it,
keep
yeah.
checking
That
them
would
off.
be
as you
really
go.
cool.
Yeah.
That's a
So
great
Trial
idea.
Channel's been talking about doing something like that because she cuts out all of the sidebars in
Sidebars.
her like trial coverage and then has them like basically on the cutting room floor. She's gonna be upset I said that because now I just gave her more work. But
Well, you guys, what you do is you play the minute before the sidebar, and then you guys recreate the sidebar.
Yeah, there you go.
And then
Yep.
and go to the next minute before the next sidebar, and
Good
then
call.
do the sidebar. Actually,
That'd
you
be
can leave
awesome.
the minute
Let's
coming
go
out
to
of
12.
it too. What's
okay.
that?
12, page what?
Page 139. This is example 9 million of Bev torching AJ.
Can I just pause? Can I just pause you guys for 2 seconds?
Yeah.
I just want to just make sure that everybody sees the links at the top of the chat. Obviously, we're doing this fundraiser tonight for Karen Reed's defense fund, and and I'm sure that everybody has this in their respective chats because we're streaming across a bunch of platforms. But please, if you want to make a direct donation to Karen's civil defense fund, please click on that link. You can make your donation, and we would really appreciate that. And I want to say this has been so fun so far. This has been such a great collaborative effort across all of our channels with all of our guests this evening, and we really appreciate all of you.
And just to piggyback on that, like these sidebars are proof that like not only was Karen up against a corrupt system, cops that were out to get her, a family that was willing to lie and cheat and do whatever, but also a judge that allowed every single second of it. And
Yes.
somebody
that
just said, like
point-
seeing Judge Frenier the other day in the Walsh trial, it's like, oh, like I don't follow trials. That was clear to me, like, oh, this is what judges are supposed to do.
Exactly.
Go ahead,
And
Corey.
I know everybody respects these attorneys, Karen's attorneys very, very much, but their temperaments, considering what they were faced with at sidebar, is incredibly impressive, even more impressive than what you saw. Because I mean, AJ gets agitated from time to time. I mean, they all do, but compared with what they have been faced with, they were saints. They were sitting in their little church pews with their hands in their laps. They were phenomenal. All right, are you at 12-139?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Bev.
Wait, where does it start with? So I didn't. Oh, wait, this. So I didn't want to interrupt and embarrass you. You don't put anything up on that screen without my permission. You did it 5 times. Let's go to tab 1. Let's go to tab 2.
Mr. Jackson, I thought if it was an evidence that we were free to...
You don't just freely walk about the courtroom and put up displays.
Well, where would you like me?
Mr. Yannetti should have told you that.
How would you like me? What's the proper protocol for me to ask?
You ask me for permission to put something up on the screen.
Okay.
Mr. Yannetti, you have a role with Pro Hoc Vice to let them know.
I understand.
All right. The jury needs a break.
I've got about, just so the court knows.
Jurors, go ahead and take a 10-minute break.
It's her favorite line. Take a break. She's
break. Everyone needs
she's
a
the
break.
worst civil servant ever.
Jackson's about to just be like, I just have one more question. And she's like, jurors, get out of here.
Take a break. Oh my God.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Jackson says, just so the court knows, I have maybe 10 minutes left, no longer.
And yours will be very short?
Lally says yes.
All right. I'd really like to not bring him back again tomorrow.
No, says Lally.
Wait, who was this?
I don't know.
Is that the third? What number sidebar was that?
12.
Oh, you're not doing them in order.
Whoever testified May 7th. I just lost my place because I was looking for that.
So I'll say Lally says, I think we could probably get through with Lieutenant Ray. I think he meant Link. And then Yannetti says, I was going to suggest, Your Honor, I would really like the court to rule on the photos I brought up at the start of the day, because I think there's a chance Caitlin Albert could be called tomorrow. Lally says, I doubt it. Yannetti, you doubt it? Court reporter, I can't hear. Yannetti, I just said that I was hoping for a ruling on the photos I brought up at the start of the day yesterday. I have further oral argument to make outside of the presence of the jury.
Why don't you make it right now?
Can I get my notes?
Are there pages and pages, or is it this?
There's only 3 pages, Your Honor.
Mr. Yannetti, I don't need to hear 3 pages of argument.
Oh, okay. Your Honor, here's the thing, all right? Let me just try to encapsulate it. I thought it would be appropriate to discuss what orders have been in place regarding reciprocal discovery. This court is free to make any orders that it wants at any time. I recognize that. But I wanted to explain the reasons why we didn't reveal the photos that were previously marked. And as a side note, he's talking about the pictures that they got over the weekend about firefighter McLaughlin and her relationship with Caitlin Albert.
The party pictures.
Party pictures.
I hate to interrupt, team. We have one person trying to come in, probably somebody I scheduled to be in at this time. So if one person can step out,
I'd like to leave. I'll go, because if I could just say something real quick, and then I'll say goodbye to all you guys.
Okay.
So like everyone, I was asked to appear on the show because it was a fundraiser for Karen in her civil suit, and because she was the only person targeted for John's death. I want to be very clear on why I came on here tonight and why I still support her. I don't know who caused John's death. I wasn't there. All right. And what I do know is that she was singularly targeted from the beginning, while multiple people who were present that night gave statements that conflict with each other, with the dash cams, with everything, with physical evidence, and their timelines. That alone should have warranted investigation, and it didn't. So justice isn't just about picking a villain early and protecting everyone else from scrutiny. Justice is about following the evidence wherever it leads, even when that makes people uncomfortable. And supporting Karen isn't about blind loyalty. It's about fairness. It's about due process. John O'Keefe deserves the truth, and Karen deserved a fair fight. And asking questions isn't an attack. So the other thing I want to make sure everyone's clear of, I wasn't on here just for Karen. I was on here because I still love the town I grew up in, a town 3 generations of my family have called home. Everything I do comes from love of the community, not hate. What I do hate is that someone took advantage of people in this town who were just like me, just like the Sweeneys, just like anyone else from Canton, that are very loyal, trusting, loyal to a fault. And they use that loyalty to frame a woman who wasn't from there. And that's not who we are. And protecting the truth is how you protect the town you love. So for anyone left, I know Christmas is right around the corner, and I know people were complaining about, the donations. Listen, even if it's $10, All right. Just don't go to Dunkin' Donuts one day. That's $10. All right. Donate it right to her fund. Don't go to Dunkin' Donuts on Monday and you're good. All right. If a ton of people do $10, we're going to make a lot of money. And then lastly, and lastly, I just want to say thank you guys for having me on. And I still support Karen. That's the first I've talked to her since I got her bed. So anyways, thank you guys, and it's been fun. And Brandy, I'll see you Sunday. Dennis, we'll see you guys this weekend too. Bye all of you. Nice meeting you, Marbury, finally in person, and Emily.
Thank you, John
guys.
Camose.
Hi, John.
Thank you,
Love
John.
you. Love you,
Thank you.
John.
Thanks, John.
Bye.
Thank you for all the work you do. The guy is amazing. I don't know who is trying to come in, so we'll see who comes in. I know that we had people scheduled, so please continue, and we have one slot available for somebody to enter the stage. So please continue, Miss Corey and Miss Emily.
Feel free to interrupt us anytime. But okay,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
am Yannetti. It was our view that there was no specific reciprocal discovery order that required the provision to the Commonwealth of material that we deemed to be impeachment evidence. Of course, it would have been within this court's purview to order it. And as I said, the court can order it now if it hasn't been to this date. I recognize that, but that was the reason for that. So regarding those 4 photos, I understand that the court's ruling is that those were inadmissible to use against Miss McLaughlin. Our position is that we are in a much different position with regard to Caitlin Albert, not only regarding those 4 photos, because now the Commonwealth is not surprised. They've had time to prepare, and the topic of conversation would be a part of our examination anyway. But also with regard to particularly using these new photos we just received over the weekend. There's been no discovery violation with regards to that. I have a list on my desk of all the discovery the Commonwealth has provided to us that continues to come in on a daily basis since this trial started. So clearly this is not something we held back. It is new, it is relevant. And the court had indicated yesterday it may be cumulative. I would take issue with that because there has been no photo introduced of their relationship, and there's been an attempt by Miss McLaughlin to minimize that relationship. So these photos not only prove that she was minimizing it, but in my view, it's proof that she was lying on the stand. She had said specifically 2 things. Number 1, she hadn't had any contact with Caitlin Albert in the last 2 or 3 years. Come to find out, we have a photo from 8 months prior to January 2022 when there's a limited number of people in a photo with Caitlin Albert and Katie McLaughlin. They had their arms around each other at a baby shower. And Liza, what was that, the statement? Oh yeah. She also said that they had only taken day trips together to the beach in a group. Well, we have a photo of them in Maine, 4 hours away, drinking in a hot tub, which clearly is not just a one-day trip. And then we have photos with the 4 of them together, where she's with Caitlin Albert's 2 college roommates. So there's Caitlin Albert, her 2 roommates, Katie McLaughlin. She started off her testimony by saying, I went to school with somebody by that name. That's like saying, I know somebody who raised me who happens to be a woman and is married to my father. I mean, she just, go ahead.
She helped to exculpate Karen Reed. She was so transparent as a liar, like Jen McCabe. We actually did a show where we thanked them because nobody would believe that. You just sound like an idiot that you can't, like her, Dever, McCabe, Dever, and McLaughlin helped to exculpate Karen Reed. So thank you, ladies, because you were so transparent. The jury knew you were a liar.
Is brutal. And Yannetti is, I wish I could have heard this come out of his mouth because he is clearly on fire. She misrepresented their relationship. This is central cross-examination material, and these exhibits are relevant. There has been no discovery violation, and I seek to use them during my cross-examination of Caitlin Albert.
What do you say?
Do you want to do Lally?
Your Honor. Yes. What I would say is there absolutely has been a discovery violation. The Commonwealth filed a motion for reciprocal discovery, which the court, I don't know if it was acted on as far as writing on the order, but it is specifically stated to counsel to provide these. The subsequent do absolutely nothing to further any point as far as firefighter McLaughlin. And I remind counsel that this is a firefighter, and that's how she's involved in the case. and comes to the scene in the first place. Frankly, the cross-examination, I'm going to leave it at that because I don't want to say something I'm going to regret. But with regard to most of this is cumulative, the other sort of photographs that are in here, you know, they went to high school at the same time, which firefighter McLaughlin acknowledged. They were on the same track team. So were about 40 other people. Every other photograph that's contained in here is in a group setting, which is what firefighter McLaughlin acknowledged. There's absolutely no evidence whatsoever of any, that's a big word,
Prevarication.
Prevarication, what does that mean?
Lying.
Oh, he says it next. Any lying, thanks, Lally, I learned a new word. Anything mentioned in front of this court and flat out accused firefighter McLaughlin of doing. There is no evidence of that in these photographs, the other photographs, or anything in her testimony. And frankly, it's repulsive. All right, I'm going to strike that repulsive part.
And I don't want to cut in, but Mr. and Mrs. Sweeney, do you have, I know you have to go. Do you have some words that you want to, parting words for us?
They're on mute.
Oh, they're on mute.
We can, they should be able to unmute themselves, but I'll unmute them. I was trying to, okay.
Thank you for having us.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Have a good night.
Thank you guys. Love you guys.
Bye, guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
The ground.
All right. I didn't know because it might have been Alan Jackson trying to get in. So I just told Nick if that's the case, we've cleared a space just in case it was him. So anyway.
Alan Jackson can play Alan Jackson in the second.
Yeah.
Yes, we can. Exactly, Emily. You could be Unetti, he'll be Jackson, and then, or no, I'm sorry, you're Judge Bev. Corey could be Unetti, and he'll be Jackson.
Well, you
Jackson.
won't even have to give him the page number. I'm sure he remembers all of it.
That was one of the most amazing parts of Alan. I don't know how Alan Jackson put up with Bev those trials.
It's like incredible restraint. Corey is the reason because he's still obviously admitted pro hoc vice, and he's going to be making an argument. That's probably why he hasn't really let his feelings be known.
Who, Alan Jackson?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean because he's going to be making arguments in Karen's civil cases?
Yes.
He is keeping things to himself for now, I am sure, for that very reason. And he's not having anything negative to say about Karen's current judges because he hasn't really been in front of them. But, you know, it's not a great look to talk about other judges, which is why I think he saved a lot of his passion for Michael Morrissey.
Yeah.
And Jennifer McCabe.
Police Commissioner Cox. He went after him too.
Yes. Well, he made it easy.
Yeah.
He sure did. Yeah. And it's kind of, they're showing true form there because he hasn't been sanctioned by the Post Commission in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah,
that's an interesting. Yeah.
They say he's a civil servant, so he's not a police officer, but there's a police accountability within the city of Boston could do something, and they haven't done anything either. So, so that excuse doesn't apply in the city of Boston, but.
Well, no,
I guess,
Post said they weren't going to do anything, Mike. In that article that just recently came out. This is
I'm talking about Post versus Boston. Boston has their own. So Boston has their own,
really?
And they could actually do something about it, but they haven't done anything. So
yeah, of course
Post is saying they can't, but BP, whatever they call it, BP something,
There's
or something like that.
One thing I want to say about Alan, and I got to get this name in here, brother counsel, Martin Radner. Brilliant guy. I had spoken with him and I saw that interview he did with Alan Jackson, and Alan said that he saw a video of Commissioner Cox taking the oath, the same oath that the officers take. So blew that argument right out of the water. So I just want to put that out there.
There you go.
And so I don't know if he's going to be coming in or not, but we've got space for him now if he does. Thank you, Brian, for continuing to post this link. Everybody has been incredibly generous tonight. Incredibly generous.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
We're at 20. What were we? 24,000 now. Just went over
24,000. Yeah.
Yes.
But in super chat, we're in super chat. We've got
14,000.
Yeah.
Just on the fund. Never mind all the Venmos and the super chats. Yeah, it's amazing.
Amazing. Amazing.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, and Sarah in Shock and Horror mentioned the mods. We just got an Emily C one in there that I missed. Sarah in Shock and Horror, thank you for mentioning the mods and all the work you guys are doing tonight. So we do appreciate you. We haven't forgotten you. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
All these platforms.
All
Amazing.
the mods across the platforms. Thank you.
Because there's so many platforms and there's kind of stretched out tonight too. So thank you. Some of them are doing double duty.
I know. Yeah. Like Sarah is
1,000
modding for
just
us
went
and
for
you.
PayPal. Did you see that, Kendra? Kendra just said 1,000 went in Karen's PayPal.
That's amazing.
Awesome.
Awesome. Thank you.
You know how good that must make her feel to get that.
Yeah.
That's
Totally. And when, like I said, whatever we got tonight in cab, we will process that when we get paid, which is now, since we just got paid, it'll be at the end of the end of January, but we will, at some point there, we will, when we get the money, Karen will get the money from us, period. Awesome. Emily, the blonde wig, I mean, I don't know. Judge Beth, she's like, there's no way I'm doing up my hair like her. It was terrible.
Yeah, I don't do the wigs.
Yeah. All right, please continue on, and thank you very much, guys. Please continue.
I think I lost my place, Emily, but this one sort of turns into like a fight about the exhibit numbers. What other one should we do? Matt McCabe?
Can we do Matt McCabe?
Yeah.
Oh.
What was that one though? Now I can't remember.
I think it was 20A 101.
So this is right when they're getting into the group text where Matt McCabe is starting to talk about how they're eavesdropping on Carrie Roberts' interview with Proctor. Right? Is that this one?
Yeah. And it's like there's so many like sidebars. Okay, great. They go back to council table, say one word, and then they all go back to sidebar again. It happens like a million times. I don't know that we even saw all of the like back and forth.
Okay, so like literally, so I texted Victoria George and I haven't heard back from her yet because I wanted to verify this because wait, does it start with that or is there something else first? So, never mind. I'm jumping the gun.
Wait, let me find the one with Victoria.
Is it the part at the very bottom? I'm just gonna go there. So it's like this is like the peak of the try. Like this is like things are just ramping up. They all slept through Lally. Like now we're getting to like there was a group text and you were eavesdropping on Carrie Roberts and Michael Proctor and blah blah blah. And then Bev says, "All right, so I'll let you do this, but you have to be more succinct. You're losing the jurors, Mr. Yannetti."
What?
So I texted Victoria George to be like, hey, just curious, not sure if you remember, but when you were a juror and Yannetti was asking Matt McCabe about the group text, were you bored?
I love that she's available to ask these questions. Not that she's responded necessarily, but there's still someone to ask.
And just so you guys know, we just got over 25,000. 25,153.
And there
Thank
you
you,
go.
everyone.
Thank you. And Bird Lover, there's the answer to your question. We have Karen's PayPal. Her Venmo is Karen-Reed-1. If you'd like to, if you're a Venmo person, if your PayPal's right there. And pinned to the top of the chat is is it a give, send, go? No, it's pay it too. So that's at the top of the chat. And my colleague down there, who's amazing, sitting next to the other amazing colleague, Mike Bryan, has been posting this all night long. So if you search for an LTL, you will see it. And I'm sorry, please continue. Ladies, thank you for being patient with us. I appreciate it.
Wait, Corey, you have to do Yannetti's response there. You're losing the jurors.
You're losing the jurors. That was on
at the top of 101.
That's great.
Of 20A.
Oh, here's one for Emily C. We got to get that up there.
I'm trying, Your Honor. I'm just not getting any cooperation from the witness.
Shocking, right? Cross-examination.
I understand. Let's
move this along, okay?
I realized that was the end of it. Should we go to the top of it? It was like starts on 98.
I just jumped the gun on that one.
No, there's so much here. My head is like spinning, and I'm gonna send them out to everyone. But of course, wanted to get a chance to jump on and support Karen to as much as I possibly can. Obviously, we've been watching her for years, following her, supporting her. I can't stop now when we can actually get our hands on like the good stuff and figure out what in God's name happened.
Hell yeah, and that's what that's what I was going to ask you is kind of like what is it that because there are I couldn't even tell you how many attorneys are in bars across the country. You might even know that number, but something motivated you to put your time, your effort, your law license, your money, and you're even going to travel here to trial if needed be, or to sit before a judge rather. So what was it that caused you to do that, Corey?
Well, I've been super interested in this trial like everybody else. I think for me, obviously, we all know that Karen Reed's trial is interesting because people came at it from a lot of different angles or interested in it for a lot of different reasons. For me, it was general rage against the misogyny that I was reading and seeing sort of in between the lines. It seemed like she was the outsider, but the pin it on the girl attitude just like sends me into a blind rage just on a daily basis, but especially in this case. And then once you get sucked in with the details and you see what's going on, I just wanted to know more. Supporting her, she sat in court every day looking basically stone-faced as these horrifying things are being said about her by police officers, friends even, or people she may have thought were friends, and she didn't break. She was tough through the whole thing. I respected the hell out of it, and I still do, and that is really the reason why I keep on the Karen Reed train all the way, because I thought she was just so impressive, and what she's had to deal with and the way she has dealt with it. So summarize, rage at the misogyny. Karen's a tough chick, and I respect the hell out of her. That's why.
That's what I got out of what you said, and that's great. That is, it's interesting that how many people were inspired by this one woman. That there was something that occurred to me when she was on earlier, and she says it's never going to end. And if you guys think back of this, I think Bea and I have talked about this. When you were a freshman in high school, it seemed like high school was never going to end. But now that 4 years to us, like 4 years is like nothing. I mean, it just goes like that. So I think, the tragedy that's befallen her has sort of put her in this sort of unusual reality. And I do think that she is going to get past this, and there will be a day where she will be public speaking, motivationally speaking, probably back teaching students again. And this will seem like a distant memory. I just don't think she can process that now because of the emotional toll, but I'd love to hear everyone's opinion on that, starting with Emily C, and then we'll go all the way around.
I mean, I think that I think it's hard to kind of think about the future like that. Like, just because something doesn't end doesn't mean it doesn't get easier. And I think even if this fight doesn't end, I think she can find a place where she feels like really fulfilled in her life by fighting it. And she has shown through this entire fight that she is the person for this fight. And I think, I hope she doesn't lose that spark and that fire to keep fighting, because she inspired we're all here because she didn't give up, because she didn't roll over, because she didn't do what Matt McCabe said in these texts and just she made it a whole episode. She made it multiple episodes. She made it an entire series. She made it a movie. And I know that can get exhausting, and I hope that she can get the energy from all of us that she needs to keep going.
Thank you very much, Emily. Corey, how do you think she processes this? Do you think there's a little bit of a time warp because of what she's been through? Do you think that she'll look back on this and see the end of it, because she feels like it's never ending? But what are your thoughts about Karen and her processing of this?
I think she's tied to this for the rest of her life to some degree. It's always going to be the central focus of her story. But I think, as we saw tonight, she's been tense, scared for 4 years, and she is just starting to let go. Just starting. That's not like an overnight thing. That's a years and years and years thing. And so I think she would benefit, and we would all benefit from patience with her journey, because it is going to be really tough. And I think she's just starting the real emotional roller coaster, because she has a personality that's like ready to fight. And it's almost easier to fight. But when you're coming back and actually having to process what just happened to you, that is a whole nother universe of emotion. And I think it's going to take her a while, but she obviously has a million and beyond supporters. So hopefully that makes it a little bit easier for her.
Thank you. And Bia, what are you thinking about how Karen is processing this, will process this future? What are your thoughts?
I think it appears to be an emotional roller coaster, right? She was in warrior mode, but this isn't something you can possibly prepare for. She had a loss, and then she became a target of a whole Commonwealth of Massachusetts coming after her. So this isn't something anybody would, first of all, the loss itself, and then what she was going to endure for the rest of her life, because it sounds like this is going to be, like she said, a never-ending battle. And she's the one person who's truly fighting to get the truth, and for the proper person to be held, or persons, let's just leave it at that, be held accountable, right? So I admire her strength, and she's doing things as she needs to do things. And and it's not about being patient with her. This is her journey, and we're just here and standing by, supporting her. And we don't expect anything in return. We just, we're grateful for the friendships and everything that was built around this movement.
Yeah, it's like you don't give a Christmas gift and they'll, man, I hope you give me a gift back. I mean, you might not get a gift back. Actually, same thing happened to you, right? Yeah, you're like,
Shut it.
Scott McGinnis, my friend. What are you thinking about how Karen's processing this? Your thoughts?
I was just muting because one of my clocks was chiming. But no, I mean, like everybody said already, Karen's been through such a traumatic thing, from losing John to being framed, 2 trials, all the pre-trial, just everything. It's got to be overwhelming for her. Her fight through all this. Yeah, it was great when she, was finally acquitted. But I just can't imagine, like, you don't want to use, PTSD is overused all the time. But I think she's like working through all of this, and she's still deep in the fight of this civil stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the O'Keefe's filed this civil suit in between trials, and now that after her acquittal in the criminal case, she's fully into this now, working on the civil cases, fighting the fight still. So I just can't imagine, what it's like for her emotionally, she's been through and what she's thinking of. And I think it's unfair for people on the outside saying, well, Karen's ungrateful, she won, she's all set. I can't stand that.
Yeah. You can't judge a person until you've walked a mile in their shoes, and none of us have. And I don't think I would have made it through this in the mental state that she has. And it was interesting, Corey and Emily, you didn't see it tonight, but when Karen came on screen tonight, she saw Scott McGinnis and she just started crying.
Yeah, we were watching. That was beautiful.
It was a beautiful moment. Here's another warrior right here, right below Corey. Boston Brandy, what are your thoughts about how Karen's processing this and what you think the future might look like, etc.?
I mean, it has to be hard. I mean, like Scott said, she lost her partner, she lost John, her privacy, her reputation. I mean, and she spent years of her life. She lost years of her life to a prosecution that unfolded in the public. Like, she didn't even get to grieve privately. You know what I mean? And people were already declaring her guilty before the facts even come in, before the trial, all that. It's just the emotional, the psychological, like the damage is severe and it's permanent. It's not going to go away. I mean, I don't see her future being about profit. I feel like she is in it for restoring her name, exposing what went wrong, and making sure that the system can't do this again. I really think like she's helping all of us, and whether we know it or not, like I wish all the power to her, all the love. Like, she deserves everything in the future. And just, if we can make it any easier, we should, you know.
With people like you, she can't miss. So, and also the woman above you, and in Corey, and the woman next to her, and the woman on the other side of Corey, and then the two to your right hand side right there. So let me go to my one of my two amazing colleagues here tonight, Brian LTL. What are your thoughts about Karen, how she's processing this, and maybe what the future might look like?
Yeah, I mean, if you just, like you said, DJ, I mean, she's come out, you know, really publicly for the first time after trial, and you know, you can see just she lets go of all that emotion, and you know, you have to look at it. I mean, this is a woman that was completely plucked from her life, you know, plucked from her everyday normal life. And we've heard interviews, you know, when she did the Ted Daniel interview, she's talking about, this is what I used to do. You know, she's lost her home, she's lost John, she hasn't privately grieved. You know, this civil lawsuit, like Scott was saying, gets filed in the middle of her defense trial, where she's literally fighting for her life to stay out of prison and fighting for the truth of John O'Keefe. I mean, it's just all this stuff coming in at her, and then having to deal with getting out and walking through the crowds every day in court and coming out, and you have, you know, the amazing supporters that are supporting her, but then you have the naysayers that are behind her screaming all these things like, oh, you killed John. I mean, that's a lot of processing to go through. And then the trial ends, it doesn't just turn off. She's still having to deal with this. And I just feel bad. Like she said, you know, I just wish I was working on trial stuff. It's like, I just wanted to breathe a little bit, you know, and that's what I always said, is that, you know, when I first met her and had conversations with her, I said, I'm just here to make sure that you walk out of all of this 100% exonerated, and we find justice for John. I mean, it's a lot of processing to go through. It doesn't stop. And just respectively, like everybody said on this panel, I think it's going to be part of her life for the rest of her life. It's never going to really go away. And then you have to process that for the future as well. So it's a lot to go through. I mean, it's a lot to go through. I could only imagine.
Yeah, I think you put it perfectly. And you know, you could tell like what the effect you had on her as well when she came on. She really had trouble kind of holding back the tears. And I'd like to get the thoughts of another person to your right, whom everybody in this panel admires, a great content creator, and as it turns out, the only one of us who has wrestled John Cena's brother, and that, of course, is Mike Crawford.
Only in practice. People want to know who won the match, and it was just, we were just practicing. I was a coach too back then, so he was still only in high school. It wasn't fair.
Oh, okay.
He would crush me now. But all the Cena brothers, I love them all, good people. But besides that, Karen, I think Karen, and her family, these are such strong people who are stoic, and for her to show like what she showed tonight, like that's what I wanted everyone to see, because I feel that with my interactions with Karen. Like I know how much this has affected her. That's why I'm like kid gloves with her. Like we talk about music. Anytime we talk, it's like, you know, we're talking about music, because I just don't want to ask her for anything or bring her down or bring any kind of, because that's what she's had to do. She has had to like build this like cocoon around her and just focus on getting free and winning this. And it is going to be decades. Like this whole thing, like I look at like, I don't want to compare cases, but we've seen high profile things like the P. Diddy and the Epstein and the Weinstein and all these other ones, right? Like it takes decades sometimes for victims, the real truth and reality to come out. And it just kind of drips and drips and drips. And then you have like with the P. Diddy thing, you have 50 Cent all of a sudden puts this movie out, and everyone all of a sudden is aware of what like I was seeing for decades that people didn't want to see. Like this is how it works. And this is what Karen's on. This is going to be a long time. And it's not just over because she won the trials. This is going to be, and this is, she could walk away. She like, that's the thing that kind of drives me crazy too. Cause people don't realize, like, they think like this is a big money game for her. She's going to win millions of dollars.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like,
sure.
it's a lottery ticket. Like the chances of her actually winning millions of dollars are pretty slim. It could happen. It could definitely could happen. But it's not like some of the other ones where I see someone put in jail for 30 years and the FBI lied about the fact they didn't do the crime, they didn't do the murder, and the guy gets like $30 million. That does happen, but it's very rare. And this is more about exactly what we've been saying, to get justice for John, to get more information, to get these guys on the stand. She's fighting this on 3 different levels, 3 different jurisdictions. Like, this is a lot. And she could easily just say, you know what, I'm going to settle, walk away, rebuild my life. I'm going to go write my book. I'm going to go on vacation. I'm not going to worry about John O'Keefe anymore. She could do that, but she's not doing that. And this is going to be her thing for a long time. And she's dedicated to it. And I would never bet against Karen Reed. Everything I know about Karen Reed, I'm with Karen Reed on this, because I think that she's gonna get justice. She's gonna get truth, and I think that's the big thing. And I'm glad Karen came up on here tonight and showed people, because I felt like people got a feel of what, when you said we can't know if we don't walk in her shoes. There is some truth to that, but I feel like the people who are closest to her, that have been around her, we have an understanding of it. We feel it. Like, the Boston Brandies, the LTLs, John Cole, like all the people that we've had interactions with her on different levels. And we know how this has affected her, and how she really is somebody that's smart, strategic, and I want to support her. And I'm so glad people are donating tonight. It means a lot. Yeah. I think we're almost up to 25.8. We need to get to 26,000. Just amazing to see the money coming in. And I made a donation. This is my second donation to this fund. I will be making another donation after, like DJ. We'll see how the numbers come in and all that. But I'm just very thankful that people are stepping up. You give what you can. That's all we can all do is we give what we can. Some people give more. Some people give less. I'm happy with it's so funny because I'm going to keep refreshing this. And when I see those $10 donations come in, like one just came in. It went from 13 to 28. Like someone just sent $15. I love those small donations too. They mean a lot.
They do. They do. And money is the lever that the law gives us to force people to testify under oath. And all these depositions and everything, and the paper and everything that goes into a trial, none of it's free. Even if she gets millions 10 years down the line, we need the money now to have the fight.
Because she needs the experts.
You're forced to go to court. Like you're forced to go to court in criminal court. You're not forced in civil. But the fact that she is so determined to clear her name, to find out what really happened to John, that's what we all want. We want the truth, and this is how to get it.
And she's still got legal fees to pay. Yeah. So she's got 2 trials to pay for. So, this doesn't everybody thinks like, oh, she can win all this millions of dollars. She's still got lawyers to pay and things to pay out and experts.
Yes. And what she owes from the last 2 trials. Right. And plus she's still, like she said, she's on her second criminal defense attorney. She's got this guy with Steve Boozbang or whatever. He's costing her some money. Like this is not free. So she's still even doing the criminal defense too. Top of it.
Yeah. And people sort of say things like that. They don't realize that, Dr. Marie Russell has to come back, and Dr. LaPosada has to come back, and Richard Green has to come back, and Arca has to come back. And not all these people are just going to go, we're going to do it for, I think Dr. Russell actually really, I think she did actually do it for free, but I don't know that everybody will. And it's a lot of
cost money.
There's per diem, there's hotels, there's transportation.
Even when it's free, you still got to feed them and do the hotel. Like you said, it's still a cost, even when it's free.
Yeah. And with Judge Bev saying like Marie Russell on a day, come back on next week or something like that. And, maybe Karen had to fly her out and back, things like that with the constant breaks and not being able to get through a good solid day of work where everybody can be heard, and then you can send them home and you can save money for the defendant. But that wasn't we don't care about that. We want to bilk her for as much. There was that one person, they came out to look at the computer on the car, and forgive me, I can't think of the name. She paid that person from Indiana $12,000. He gets to Canton PD and they said they have nothing for you. They wrote a motion to try to recover those funds from the Commonwealth. And what did Bev do? Nope, it's okay.
Yeah, no way.
Bev, I can tell you can go to Louisiana, to New Orleans, and gamble as much as you want. You're never going to run away from this. You're never going to run away from this. We lost somebody.
It's just like
Mike Crawford.
It's just like Bev made, Dr. Russell go through a second and fourth year after she already testified in trial one.
Yes.
So come
It's so expensive. I can't. Anyone who has any questions about how expensive this
Please.
litigation is, it will take millions and 1000000s to get her to trial in just one case. Much less if there are two cases on, in different forums. It is so much money, and experts are worth it. I always tell clients, spend the money on experts because that is how you win cases. I think we saw that in Karen's second trial, but that's going to have to be the case in these other cases. And good experts cost so much money. I mean, our Aperture, they're obviously, I think what they did was ridiculous, and that what they spent money on, like probably $100,000 reading transcripts of people who were never at 34 Fairview is like insanity. But there were normal rates. That was, a normal amount of work. It's just normally you get better results when you pay experts. But that is the kind of money that we're talking that she's going to need to spend too. And depending on how the theories of the case change, it's not like she's just going to call up everybody who were at the last trial and say, okay, do that again. And it's only going to cost you like the time it takes to show up. It is so much more work than that. They're all going to have to update their expert reports based on whatever the plaintiff's expert reports say. They're going to have to do a ton more work. It is just phenomenally expensive. She's going to need a lot of money to cover it just on the costs alone, not to mention the attorneys.
And Corey, didn't they allow the Commonwealth to change your theory of the case twice during trial, which would also then now your defense, expert witnesses, like you said, have to sort of rethink their defense to when Judge Bev allowed him to rethink the case?
That was insane. It would be insane for a civil case. There's a lot more leeway because you, as the defense attorney, can't be screaming about the Sixth, Amendment rights and whatnot. That doesn't exist in civil world. So there is sort of more leeway and less protections for the defendant. But to have that happen in a criminal case is insane. Experts are routinely kept out. When I've seen them try to sneak stuff in on the first day of trial many times and say, oh, we were kind of really putting our heads together, getting ready for trial, realize there's a big, problem with an expert report, try to put something in to fix it. And civil judges are like, you can't do that. We all know you can't do that. It's so obvious. It's almost embarrassing to ask, and they're excluded. And here, this is a criminal trial in the middle of it. Not like day one. It was just such a ridiculous series of events. I can't even believe that it happened.
Yeah, Michael East, and I'm sorry because I know we got a lot of people here that want to talk, but Michael Easter showing someone above the level of the state, because obviously you're not going to get the state police to testify against himself, so you have to get someone from potentially above the state level, which they did, to say this is what's flawed in this investigation. A, B, and they would have got to Z by the time he finished outlining from the crime scene to the house to not interviewing witnesses at the police station and separate. He would have just tore their thing apart. And she didn't. How could you in good conscience have a woman facing second-degree murder charges and you're just going to be like, yeah, no, she can't have that. And I'm not going to invite Mr. Bettero nor let him make an argument for pro hoc vice, not even hear him in chambers. It's like, wait a minute, she can have 15 lawyers if she wants. I don't care how many lawyers you have pro hoc vice. And she had the nerve to say that. That is like, just those two things right there are mind-blowing.
Well, Bev denied Easter because there was no Massachusetts case law that supported bringing him in as an expert in that manner.
There didn't have to be. It's just you need some. I mean, who are you going to get? Because then you're asking another state agent, someone that's at their level. What are you? You're not going to bring a guy from Mayberry to come and testify at the Mass State Police. You're going to have to get someone that is at least at their level or above their level, and she didn't allow that. So
one of the things that frustrates me with some of these judges in Massachusetts, they refuse to make a decision if there's no prior case law. But where did that prior case law come from? At some point, a judge had the gumption to make a decision, and Bev could have allowed Easter in, and it might have been precedent-setting case law in Massachusetts, but so be it, Bev.
DJ, real quick.
Please.
We just jumped from 25,000 over to over 26,000. So someone just came in, I think, with a really big donation. So thank you. We
Nice.
appreciate that. Yeah.
Folks, I'm gonna have to dip out. Thank you so much for having
Thank
me.
you, Corey.
Coming on. Really
Thank you,
appreciate it.
Corey.
Any
Great to
final
see all you-
comment before we say goodbye and thank you?
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Corey.
Thank you.
I've said my piece. I want to hear from you guys so I can listen while I got to do my other stuff.
Thank you so much.
All right,
We
see
appreciate you,
guys.
ma'am.
Corey.
Thank you for what you've done.
Bye.
The queen of FOIA requests. I
Queen
love it.
Corey, come on,
Queen
man.
Corey.
Don't play around. Where's Meredith? We got to get Meredith in here. I'm gonna message Meredith while you guys are talk amongst yourselves.
I want to thank everyone for donating, everyone watching. We got good numbers across like all the platforms, so it's amazing. I want to thank our moderators too, especially. There've been some trolls, and I just love our mods. And mods are kicking butt in there. Thank you.
And the donations are really pouring in right now. I love it. Thank you so much, everybody. You guys are doing great. And I know there's probably a lot that have gone through her Venmo and PayPal. We appreciate that. And if you want to donate, directly to the Defense Fund, you can. I'm sure that all of the respective chats that are streaming this tonight have the link attached to the top of the chat. Just click on that. Hey, $5. Just skip a coffee tomorrow. That's all we ask. It's okay. You'll make it one day without coffee, but if you could just kick in $5, we really would appreciate, because all those small incremental donations, they all add up. They all add up. And
more
we
just came
appreciate
in.
it.
More
All
just
right.
came in. 26.4. We're 26.458.
I love it.
Like that's another $400.
Thank you. So good.
Amazing.
It's a fight for all of us. You know what I mean? It helps get the bad guys put away, hopefully. I mean, if we can't get justice through this case, if we can't get changes through this case, doing it peacefully and doing it the way we are, like, that's just a scary thing to even think about. You know what I mean? So we have to move forward. We have to keep doing it. Like, we can't let them win, because that's awful for the future. Like what we know about these cops and what they've gotten away with, and the immunities that they're granted, the judges' discretions, like there's such a huge judge problem in Massachusetts, not even just Massachusetts, but the amount of power that they give for a lifetime ship to one person, that is just screaming for corruption. Like, you know what I mean? It's just, we as a people need to overpower these government officials. We need to come together. We need to find a peaceful and a correct way to do it with respect. And we need to do it fast, because these things take years, and they shouldn't, because lives are being lost every single day because of these cops, because they get away with it, because people just look the other way. We need more eyes on it. We need the world to get back in this like it was trial one. We need the most eyes we can possibly get. It's like a scary thing. It really is. And I don't know. I just don't want to go off on a rant.
It's okay. We love it.
It's just, I don't know. We just need everyone. This is for us all. It's not just for Karen. It's for John. He shouldn't have lost his life over this. You know what I mean? People make stupid decisions. And I mean, this might be a very unpopular opinion, but like, I don't know. I'm just a very emotional person. But at one point in time, I did feel bad for Jen McCabe. You know what I mean? I felt bad for almost everyone in that house, because alcohol just fuels a lot of things. It fuels emotions. It fuels anger. It just makes people make bad decisions. And in the heat of the moment, when something does happen, a tragedy or an accident or something that wasn't supposed to, like, I don't know if it was planned or not. I hope to God it wasn't, but things happen. You just make decisions in that, I don't know. I feel like a lot of them made decisions they didn't want to make, you know what I mean? But they had to. They're protecting their family. They're protecting, you know what I mean? They're scared. It's
DJ, can you switch me and Meredith when you pop back up? Hi, Meredith.
Hi, Meredith. How are you guys?
Welcome.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, Meredith O'Neill, party people.
Party people.
Together.
DJ,
Yeah.
LTL wants you to move him and Meredith.
Yes. Okay, we will move you and Meredith.
Yeah, if you could just switch us, it'd be better. So I'm not looking at
we will do that.
There we go. I can see I can look at Mike now.
Do you see that?
You don't want to look that way.
You get to look at Mikey. His hair looks
You're
good
looking
on
at
that side.
Meredith. You're looking by me.
And we're gonna have another one popping up here in a second. Miss Nan Gallagher will be here, so give us a second for that. And you know what? You guys just brought the energy in there, man. Meredith O'Neill, did you watch anything? Did you see Karen? What's going down, homegirl?
I did. I've been watching the whole thing in between doing pick up and drop off my daughter, but it was really awesome to see her on there looking happy, looking healthy, looking strong. It was really good to see her and supporting everybody and just thanking everybody like we knew. So it was nice to see her.
Meredith, I gotta say you have a very festive tree behind
I
you. When I
know.
saw your video,
It
you
is,
guys
Beautiful
man.
walking
tree.
that thing up the stairs.
I feel
That
like I'm
looked great.
underachieving.
I know.
I'm underachieving.
It's
Yeah.
like 10 feet, and I brought it up all by myself. I couldn't
I know. I
believe
saw the
it.
video.
I saw that picture. That was like you were pulling it up. Or was a video? You were like
Yeah.
yanking it up the
I
stairs.
love it.
Bia's
It's
gonna
providing
jump
a
up.
beautiful glow.
Right,
Yeah.
Bia, you're gonna jump up. What? But got my Christmas tree right here. I got 5 of them in the house. No, she does, right? Don't you? You have like
Wow.
3 of them, right? At
You have
least.
3
No, I have
Christmas
like
trees?
5. In every room I can put one in, I put one in.
I love it.
Awesome, man.
Oh.
All right, and we're expecting Nan in a minute. Yeah, that really was interesting, man. Great commentary by everybody tonight. Really interesting stuff. And you know what? I forgot to introduce one of the Nick Rocco and Meredith, 2 of the Canton 9, baby.
I know.
Yeah.
It feels like forever ago. I still can't even believe that's, what is it now? September 2023. So almost, yeah.
What was that day like? What do you remember about that day? Is that your first protest ever, or?
Yeah, it definitely was. I remember just being surprised with the Canton police coming up. I haven't had many police interactions in my life at all. Remember thinking it was like a joke when they handed out the witness intimidation statute thing just for us holding signs. And then just like the being afraid for the next month before we finally got something in the mail that we were summoned to court for a probable cause hearing. Then the rest was history. I mean, obviously the clerk magistrate didn't find probable cause. I mean, all we did though was we were really just holding signs and standing. We weren't like going into his pizza shop or anything like that. We didn't take it to the next level or anything like that that would come even close to witness intimidation. So I'm not surprised that that's how it ended, but yeah.
It shouldn't have even happened.
Sorry, what?
It shouldn't even happen to you guys. You know what I mean?
No, and it's funny because it was good though, because it hopefully kind of set precedent, because since then a lot of people now can go out and hold signs there and nothing happens. Don't people still go like on?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Eric and Rich Schiffer. Yeah. They've been holding signs, a lot of them, right outside.
That's
it's funny too,
awesome.
because remember they had that little they brought that tablet out. They were like recording you with a tablet. It was so weird.
Yeah, everybody was saying it was like facial recognition or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was really just, I guess that was their way to do body cam, but not really body cam.
Yeah, the Canton body cams are
Yeah.
pulling out a tablet. It's so funny.
Man, there is so much love for every one of you in the chat. I've seen hearts, muscles, all from seriously every single one of you I've seen, except for me. I'm the only one that I'm just kidding.
We love you, DJ.
DJ, we love you.
You're our
DJ, great
leader.
host.
I want to give applause for DJ.
everybody
loves
DJ has really stepped up on this. I
It's a
want to
really-
thank you so much, DJ.
No.
If without you, this wouldn't have happened tonight. So thank you, DJ.
Thank you for having
Yeah,
us.
thank you.
Thank you for setting it up and starting this. I mean, one of the things that really struck me that Karen said was just that Twitter is not representative of the whole. There's a lot of toxic negativity out there right now being spread, and just she is so much more support than what you see in just one small little Twitterverse, that it's not representative of the population at all. And it was really nice to hear that from her.
I just want to say my attempt at self-deprecating humor was not meant to draw in applause or all of you in the chat. So go back to Boston Brandy. We got a double shot of Boston Brandy, Boston Bia, Scott, LTL, Mike, and Meredith. Don't mention me in the chat.
You deserve some love too. Come on.
Yeah, we're
man.
all doing it
We've been doing
together.
good. We're everybody together.
Doing a great
Yeah.
job.
And that's the thing. Stronger we are together. Divided
Bea.
we fall. You
Right.
know, and she is what brought us together, but we haven't forgotten that she still has a fight. She's not facing jail time, but she's facing in trying to uncover. She was chosen for a reason, right? She was the one that could handle this fight. And again, we all have said, I don't know if that was us, if we could do this, would have been able to just, and the way she even went driving by when she was going into court with a smile on her face, while inside she didn't know how her life, what was going to happen to her. So there was a reason she was chosen, and she is a warrior for sure.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I will say though, just about jail time, I mean, that's still not like an impossible at this point. You heard there's open grand juries right now, and she said a public big thank you to somebody will be taken out of context, similar to how other videos were taken out of context in the trial. So, I mean, she's still on probation too, so she's not totally, especially just living with the trauma of constantly worrying about her bail being revoked too during trial with all these grand juries ongoing. I mean, she's not totally out of the woods yet either, so it's not out of the realm of possibility. But she has to be just as careful as she was when she was in the middle of trial. So
Quiet, calm is waiting on a Scottish accent. I can do Scottish tonight, but I don't know if I can do Welsh. This is about all I've got, mate. It's about all I can give you. All right, that's about the best I can do. I haven't practiced my Scottish in weeks, and Meredith is like, you know what? I could do another 12 weeks without hearing that again. So anyway.
I like it. I wish I could do fun accents.
Yeah, apparently
you've tried them before, though. You've tried them before on Cab, because this isn't your first rodeo here on Cab. Let's just make it clear. You have been a friend of the shows for a while, so you've done your accents. You did pretty good before.
I did a few British accents one time. Not very good.
There we go.
Very good.
Oh, party people, we got a new play in the joint, so hold up. Party people, put your hands together for attorney Nan Gallagher.
Yeah, Nan.
Hey guys.
Move me that way, DJ. Move me that way.
Oh, so
Brian's playing
put me next to
musical
all the
chairs.
ladies.
Hold
I
on,
wanna
let
be
me
next to the ladies.
kill the applause. There we go. All right. You're going to be looking right at Nan. There you go.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
looking across
All
the
right.
dinner table last night, but there you go.
Yeah.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you. Thanks a lot, Nan. We're having so much fun tonight. And you know what I was just thinking, because Bia mentioned Meredith, I feel like we got 3 candidates right here for the next ladies roundtable. So,
Ooh, yeah.
right?
We've I loved the roundtables that I've done with Bia. It's such a creative idea, and it's really inspiring to talk to women about issues involving true crime and children and life. So I'm all in.
Yeah, I know. We definitely have to plan one.
Yeah,
and we'll
we've
definitely have you on, Brandy, if you want to join us.
Yeah,
We're a little crazy.
Boston
Yes.
Brandy, on her first lady.
I will. I promise DJ one.
No, wait a minute. You promised me an interview. This is something separate. So that's
Yes,
2.
this is my gig.
This is 2. Yeah, this is
I make him sit backstage.
Yeah,
while
I have to
run the
sit
show.
backstage and be producer while Mike and LTL make fun of me and go, yeah, I bet you wish you can get on there, DJ. And I'm like, yeah, I do, but
It's very emasculating, I'm sure.
It is. I'm just here on the zeros and ones, as they say. So, or ones and zeros. But anyway, no, you guys definitely need to plan another ladies roundtable, because they have been, the audience wants us to do it once a week. Like, that's how popular it is.
Love the ladies.
Yeah, so we got to get you guys to plan another one of those. But anyway, let's go around the room. We haven't heard from Nan Gallagher tonight about, I don't know if you got to hear Karen's commentary.
Oh, yeah.
Or yes, please go ahead, and we would have loved to get you on there with Corey Hopkins as well, but please go ahead.
I feel like when I came on, I think I was interrupting Meredith, though. I certainly don't want to jump in front of her.
Did she interrupt you, Meredith? Because I could.
No, not at all.
She looks like a Christmas angel. Like
she does.
I'm seeing all of the shine of the lights. It's
Shimmer.
making me remember that I didn't fully go all in on Christmas this year. But anyway, yes, my thoughts. It was great to see Karen, and it was really wonderful to gain her perspective, not only for what she's going through in advancing her civil cases, but also in trying to explain some of her process in the 6 months since she was acquitted.
I think there's people who expect certain behaviors from others. They expect, whatever it is, they expect gratitude, or they expect people to behave themselves in a certain way. And we're all human beings. We all process things at different pace and rates. And, we all live our own personal experiences. And it was wonderful to get a little bit of a glimpse into hers. Also, I'm very interested in seeing what she does with her team on these 3 civil cases. I just know from personal professional experience that these civil cases are not going to be easy to fight. That's why everyone's donation, whether it's tonight or hereafter, and I would encourage anyone to remember that it will extend hereafter. These donations are so important. I saw some people talk about in social media in recent weeks about isn't this covered by insurance, and why would I donate more money? And I can tell you, and I've told your audiences before, that the insurance proceeds that pay for panel insurance counsel only covers a real portion of what's needed to be done. And I've done insurance defense work for 25 years. And I can tell you this, the insurance company dictates really what the attorneys do and don't do on these types of cases. So when I heard Karen say it's like drinking water out of a hose, or whatever the saying is, I apologize. But it really is a lot for any newer attorneys to get their arms around. I mean, how many of us have been at a party or in the grocery store and the issue of Karen Reed might come up, and suddenly you're like, do you have an hour? Like, I'll tell you about this case if you really want to know, but it takes a long time to get your arms around all of the issues of corruption, and not just at the police level, but at the prosecutorial level, in my opinion. So the insurance proceeds that come from her, I'm assuming it's automobile insurance policy. Maybe there's a homeowner's policy in play, although I doubt it. That's only going to cover part of this. Additional attorney's fees, but most notably expert fees, which are the crux of this case. They are. Even though we had ARCA and Dr. La Posada and all of the others, I mean, think about Michael Easter, who never was permitted to testify. I think a lot of people forget that even though Judge Bev, and I think she made an inaccurate ruling by barring him, he had to have done work on the case. He had to have reviewed it, issued likely, and I believe he did. He issued a written report. That costs money. Michael Easter will probably make an appearance in the civil cases. So everyone's dollar, whether it's $1 a week, $15 tonight or hereafter, whether it's $1,000, it all goes to a good cause. And it really doesn't matter, in my opinion, whether her quote unquote life is on the line or not. Because as I've heard Brandy say multiple times, and others, I remember hearing Brandy say something like this very similarly. And I've seen some social media posts recently. We have to think about, and Karen even said it tonight, is this about fighting for justice for John O'Keefe and fighting the corruption, uncovering the corruption? That's not going to happen unless there is a zealous and robust advancement on the aggressive as the quote unquote prosecution, so to speak, in these civil cases. As plaintiff, Karen can get a lot done, and she'll uncover a lot of information as she defends herself in the wrongful death action that has been filed by the O'Keefe family. So I've said it before, I'll say it tonight, I will lend whatever monetary support and legal support in terms of advocacy and speaking about it that I can to help these very important causes. And it's great to be here with all of you.
Amen.
Yes.
Thank
Amen.
you. Yeah.
Good.
Well
And
said,
Jamie.
man. I think you can tell every single dollar that goes to Karen is used carefully and wisely, and it's being done in an effective way to get justice for John O'Keefe. That still hasn't come at this point. And yes, she's not quote unquote fighting for her life, though I would argue the consequences of jail are still not off the table, given she's on probation still. But it's just as important work right now, keeping her, funding her ongoing legal battles, just as important.
Yeah.
Nan, you
couldn't agree
truly
more.
do look like you're going to be trying out for Destiny's Child 2.0 because I
Do
heard they're
I?
having auditions in Boston tonight. So with
well,
the hat,
in all candor, I'm up in New England right now, and I wasn't really mindful of the very windy and bad weather that's going on up here. So as I was outside this morning, and I literally almost blew over in the wind, and then the rain hit me and my hair poodled up. A lot of people don't realize this, but I'm curly like Bia. So that I was hitting it with the straight iron, and it didn't look so good, so I threw the cap on. But I'm happy to audition for the
Destiny's
next.
Child.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, building the band. I think they're filming in Boston. And B, I asked you to order up better weather. I don't know if you ended up getting that done tonight. But
No, it's still windy. I was like, I thought something was hitting my window.
Yeah.
And it's just the wind.
I it's kind of like that. Well, like you saw like 2 days ago, man, I was like getting blown away when I got out of the car out here in Colorado. But man, we're just getting so much love here for every one of you. Meredith, tons and tons of. I love Meredith. Meredith looks beautiful. Every one of you just getting so much love. Here's a one from this girl right above you there, Boston Brandy. A great spokeswoman. True that.
And just for a side note, we're at 26,903. So we're very close to hitting 27,000. So thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
Come on, applause. Come back around.
It's interesting.
There it goes.
When I think about fundraising for civil cases, there was a civil case in the New York, New Jersey area a few years ago where they were doing fundraising and Give Send Goes to support a civil case, and there was some pushback to it because, and I won't go into the specifics, but society was like, why would I donate to this? But there were also very fundamental political issues involved, police issues involved. And ultimately, it did take education and conversation with the communities so they better understood why their value of their dollar and what it stands for and what it's going to is so vital. So, I mean, I anticipate that this fundraising will continue, and I don't think it's ever going to grow to the numbers that it did for the civil case. That's okay. It's not a competition. It's not, there's no expectation. And one thing I loved really soaking in from listening to Karen is she's so appreciative. And I know that there's a conversation that's been had about, I didn't get a thanks earlier, or she didn't do this or that. I've looked at what's online. I've seen clips. I've followed posts. She's a little constrained in what she has been able to say, whether that's by legal advice or by her own personal circumstances. But she has thanked all who need to be thanked. And I think that there's more coming. But until any of us has walked in her shoes, can we really say this is what is expected of an individual? I would never want to be in her shoes. She's a Spartacus, right? She's, Brandy was saying earlier something to the effect of doesn't have to be Karen. It could be anyone else. And it really, and I'm paraphrasing you, Brandy, but it really is so symbolic. And the only way to uncover the corruption and the lies, it does cost money to do that. So I am looking forward to what comes next for Karen and her team, and what stories they have to tell, which, if we've been following some of the buzz, there may be a little bit more transparency and truth telling along the way.
Yeah.
And that's
So
what
we all
people,
want
Nan,
is
Nan,
truth.
and real quick, Nan, that's what people don't understand is that, and just like Karen was saying earlier when she came on the panel, that, you know, the Norfolk DA is still trying to throw her in jail and charge her with something, you know, with witness intimidation.
Yeah.
You know, we've heard a lot of talk about her phones. You know, they still have her phones. Cosgrove is trying to get into her phones. You know, that's the thing that people don't understand here. So she's not out under the thumb of the Norfolk DA and their corruption. They do anything right now to try to get her with something.
Absolutely. They're embarrassed. So, yeah. And by the way, now it's just kind of free dialogue. So it's a free for all. So just go in there and just.
But I
say
have a
whatever.
question for Nan. At what point does the DA going after a woman who was acquitted like end? Like, where does it not look like they're just maliciously going after her? Like, what controls are there for them to just stop? They just have to want to stop?
I think she said it tonight. A new DA. I mean, that's it. That's what's going to happen. That's
Okay,
when it
good
stops.
point.
A new DA in November 2026. That's when it ends.
That's so true, Mike, and it's kind of sad that would be what would be the deciding factor or the, you know, changing the temperature of this. But I think it will take a new DA, whether it's well, I won't name them, but you know, it could be one, it could be
Perkins
another.
or Adam Deesh.
Yeah,
Well,
and
whoever wants to
Gonna be
talk
one or
about
the
the
other.
worst stuff, that's who I think you should be leaning towards, you know? If they're willing to talk about it all, then that's the person you want in there speaking for all of us, kind of, don't you think?
Yes.
I mean, I'd say that, but I've invited him. Where is
Oh,
he?
really?
You know what I mean? So like Judah
Oh, I
Perkins
didn't know.
comes
Yeah,
on the
see?
show. So for me, I look at that. It's like they got back to me, said they were going to come on, but they haven't gone back to me. You know what I mean? So like that kind of concerns me actually. But I for me, as a YouTuber not living in Norfolk County, I say whoever is like pulling ahead. Like that's it. Like I want to see who's gonna 6 months from now, who's got the strongest campaign. Whoever that is, that's who I'm backing.
Who really
And
wants
I don't
it?
know who
Yeah.
it will be. I don't know if it's gonna be Juna or Adam. Whoever it is, I think that's what people need to do is back whoever can win.
People forget the political juggernaut that D.A. Morrissey is. I mean, Michael Morrissey's been in office since he was 22 years old in 1976. He was elected as a state rep, and then he became a state senator, threw himself through law school just so we could get to DA. DA was like, oh, this is how I'm going to end my political career. He's never prosecuted a case. And he just gets rubber stamped in every election, you know.
Because no one challenges him, Scott.
And he's been in office so many
why
decades.
is that? Why do people always catch off the ballot?
His political
got $500 million.
connections and power is crazy.
And he's got $400,000 in the bank. I mean, that's why these people never get challenged because they have. I mean, you're when you're starting off as a Judah Perkins or Adam Deesh, they're starting at zero. He's starting at 400,000. He doesn't have to do anything. They'll be lucky if they end up with a couple 100,000. You know what I mean?
He'll
And
be
that's like
gone
them
soon.
working their ass off. So that's why.
But I
mean,
think his reputation is so scarred at this point, even with his political juggernaut and his war chest and his decades of controlling the Democrat Party in Massachusetts. I think it's come to an end. I think he's done.
Yeah.
Totally. He can't win.
And
What's that
wasn't
song where the meatball rolls out the floor, out the door on the floor? You know that song? That's what I want to see.
On
Like,
top of
you roll
spaghetti,
out
all
Yeah,
covered with
spaghetti.
cheese.
Right.
I
see
lost
that
my poor
roll right
meatball
out.
when DJ sneezed.
That's why he was making me sick last week when he came out there to take the victory lap for the Brian Walsh case, and he's been hiding for like forever.
Funny.
He loves
what
himself.
pissed
He
me
just
off
loves
is no one asked him questions. Like, I wish I had been there. I wish we had somebody there that would ask the hard questions.
One of the mainstream media reporters, I forget what channel he was from. It was worded like very weakly, but he kind of said like, "Hey, where you been, meatball?"
Yeah, where you been?
And he didn't really have an answer.
And Scott, you brought up when Morrissey came out and did his victory lap. I was going to bring that up too. I mean, if that doesn't speak volumes about his character or lack thereof, I don't know what does. I mean, I don't think he ever showed up once in the courtroom on the Karen Reed case. And if I were a prosecutor and I had to, through my office, retry a defendant after a mistrial, therefore having to demand more taxpayer dollars to support this really frivolous prosecution against her, a sham prosecution, I would have made sure that I was visible, that I was putting my seal of approval on the re-prosecution of her. And he just skulked away and rolled himself out the door like a big roly-poly meatball. And
It's all about political image for Meatball. He's not going to be in front of the mainstream microphone tree or the cameras unless he's guaranteed a win.
Right.
He obviously wasn't going to take to the microphones when there was a mistrial or when Karen Reed was acquitted.
Yeah.
Of course.
I just want to interrupt real quick. Our friend Brandy wants to say we need a final Brandy rant for the night.
Yeah.
So let's
I don't have a rant. I was saying.
Oh, come on.
Wait a minute.
Look it up.
Boston
I
Brandy.
gotta get upstairs.
Right.
It's past my bedtime.
Okay.
I'll be up all night. No,
We can talk to Ross and ask if you can do another. We basically have 13 minutes left in the show. But no, go ahead. We're ready for a Brandy
I'll
rant.
for like 10 more. So,
No,
you
still
can go
wanna
ahead.
rant. Yeah.
Yeah, we still want to rant.
I don't know. I just feel like there's just so many problems with law enforcement and they just have so much power. And, there's protocols put in place for a reason. And without protocols, there's no credibility. You have to follow the rules. And when people aren't following the rules and then they get the whole you're on paid leave for pending the investigation. What other job in the world are you accused of a crime and you get to go on a paid vacation? These are the types of things that need to change. I think body worn cameras should always be worn 100% of the time.
100%.
And if it fails, you're suspended until you tell us why. You are responsible for it unless it's a technical issue. If you shut it off intentionally, you're gone. You're gone, buddy. You know what I mean? There shouldn't be any ifs, ands, or buts. Make the world easier to live in. Make it so we don't have to dig so hard for 5 years for the damn truth. Make it so if somebody is caught in it, you shouldn't, if there's an accusation about you, come on, you got to take it seriously. People don't lie. People don't about serious stuff. You know what I mean? They're not doing it just because they're bored. It's the majority of the time, most of it's true, but I understand you need different ways to weed people out, but I don't know.
Can I mention one thing to you, Brandy, about what you're saying? New York City was the benefactor of one of your products, Police Commissioner Bill Bratton. And I yanked a quote from Bill Bratton where he said, "We can't enforce the law by breaking the law."
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. You can't. And it's just, I don't know. It just sucks. These guys who just, you take an oath. You take an oath and you're supposed to honor that oath. And then people choose comfort over integrity. And then they should just own it. You know what I mean? Man up. You're the one that took the job, who said you would protect us. And you're not protecting us. You're hurting us. And it's just, all these cases are just so heartbreaking. For somebody to be just en route to be gunned down with six cops shooting over 30 bullets in broad daylight when he was already down. He was already dying on the ground before the cops got there. That stuff, and they won't even give the family an independent investigation. This is the stuff that needs to change. This is the stuff that's scary because it could be our kids. It will be our kids if we don't change it. And we need to be loud about it. We need to all be really loud about it. We can't just sit back and let the clock tick and say, okay, it's another date. It's another date. They work for a half an hour and then they schedule another date. These people, they're morons. I'm sorry, but the judicial system has no justice. We need to change that, all of us. And we're not gonna if we just sit back and say, okay, we'll wait for this, we'll wait for that. I'm sick of it. I really am, because we're all gonna die someday and we don't know if that's tomorrow. We don't know if we're gonna wake up tomorrow. So we need to help each other today. We need to stop all the bullshit and all the drama and the fighting. It's us against the government. You need to realize that. You really do, because they have all the power in the world. They got all the immunities, they got all the discretion, they got all the protection, and they got all the money. And they can do whatever they want to us, and they're proving it. And we need to stop letting them.
You know what? The law is on their side, Brandy. The law is on their side always. That's how they play it.
This just struck me, and we can go around and everybody respond to that, but as I look to Brandy's right and Scott McGinnis, there's two things that struck me about Scott when I met him and first started to converse with him on the phone a year ago. And I was like, damn, this guy is tough. He is not going to, if they think they're going to wear this guy out, it's it's not happening. Nope. And it's ironic you're sitting next to Boston Brandy, because I could say the same about that.
I learned from him.
What, Ted?
I learned from him. He
Oh,
was
yeah.
out there way
I
before me.
don't know if that's a good thing.
He taught me a lot. Yeah.
So anyway, please, everybody, open forum here. We only got about 9 minutes left. Open forum. But thank you, Brandy, for saying that. I just thought it was ironic, you and Scotty there.
I'll go ahead, Mike.
I just
Go
want
ahead.
to say, like, the fundraising, like, it's amazing to see all the people stepping up tonight. We're over 27,000, keeps going up. And I think this is the beginning. Like, I think a lot of YouTubers out there, you can do this. Like, people should step up if they can and continue this. I know that I'm going to be doing some more stuff coming up in January. There's going to be something big coming up. So, like, I just hope people start thinking like this, because tonight shows that people are supporting Karen Reed and people do want to support Karen Reed. And if you do something like a show like this, people are going to come together. They're going to support it, the community. And I liked, I think Meredith said this and Karen said this, like, real life in my town, people love Karen Reed. I hear from people all the time. They stop me. Like, they know, some of them know who I am. Some people don't, you know, but they all support Karen Reed. Like, I see that a lot. And I think the general public gets it. So if you put yourself out there, you create a show, you create a fundraiser, maybe you do a get together at JJ Grimsby's like people do, people are going to come out and support it. So I just hope people, if you're thinking about doing something for Karen, do it. You will get support. Hit some of us up. We'll support it. We'll promote it. Like, I'm always willing. Anyone that is doing a fundraiser for Karen, you want us to post a flyer on social media, or you want us to show, you just hit us up, because we're there. A lot of us will come out. So that's all I want to say. It's just, I'm very thankful for everyone that came on tonight, DJ and Bia for organizing this, and LTL, because we've had a lot of calls about this for a couple months now, and it took a lot. And I'm just thankful for everybody who's here tonight. And I'm glad I could be a part of it. It makes me feel good. There's been a lot of shit going on, and this is what we all needed, just to do something positive, no drama, and just everyone comes together. If you support this, you come together, and that's it. That's all it's about tonight.
Yeah, I want to echo those sentiments and say that again. I want to reiterate. I got to get my teammates, agreement here. So I'm speaking for me and Bia, but I'm hoping my teammates here will join in. But this is 1.0. This is not the end. We'll do another one, and it could be 2 hours instead of 3. Whatever the case may be. But this is 1.0. This is not the last one. As long as I got my teammates with me, I'm here.
And throughout the night, what we've seen is familiar faces, right? We haven't been in this kind of environment looking at each other in the face and everybody that's come through tonight. So it just reminds us again what brought us together. And that's why we have to just keep that focus.
Yes.
Yes.
I agree. I mean, united we stand, divided we fall. Like Brandy was saying, do we all, even in this panel, do we all agree? Have we disappointed each other? Have we been angry at each other about different things? All that stuff, all that division. You just got to put it aside and just say, like tonight, we're here fighting government corruption and helping Karen Reed fund her civil cases to get into exposing more of the corruption. All the little personal, stupid drama stuff, you got to put that aside.
There's Jenna Rocco. We didn't get to speak with her tonight. Hi, Jenna. Sorry.
But it was a good night. It was. I thank you, DJ, for having us all. I think it was a good night. It turned out good. It was good conversation. I hope people learned something from it. I did. I hope other people did. So I don't know. That's all we can hope for. Just keep trying every day. Help someone. Be a helper, not a herder.
Work together.
Every dollar.
Sorry, go ahead, sir. No, please go ahead, sir.
Every dollar counts. This is a rolling total. It's not any type of competition or anything like that. We're going to do many more of these, and we're going to continue to keep fighting for Karen. We appreciate that everybody took time on a Friday night to come in and hang out with us on this panel, and all the positive vibes that have been through here. Everybody that has told this story. I mean, Karen giving us more, tons of time up on this panel tonight. I thought we were going to get.
We expected.
10 minutes. I mean, she was up here, almost 40 minutes, an hour.
I think it was an hour.
Telling her story. and sharing, you know, what she's been going through behind the scenes and opening her heart up again. I mean, this is a woman that, again, sat through 2 trials, had her personal information put out there, had a very corrupt scumbag police officer that said nasty things about her, and she had to sit in court and listen to that in trial 1, and go through that trauma and go through all of that, and have, you know, as much positivity was down there. There was a lot of people that screaming stuff at her too. And to be very appreciative to come up and be here with us, it was awesome. It was a really awesome thing, and it was a real treat for her to come up here and do that.
It was. She seems like she's such a beautiful soul. You know what I mean? It's heartbreaking to watch. So
yeah.
You don't want it to happen to anyone else.
Yeah.
No.
She made me tear up.
I know, me too. I was crying when I saw her before I came on. I was like, oh my God.
Same
I
here.
was happy
man.
though. I was happy to see it though. Like happy to see her share it, you know?
Yeah.
'Cause-
It's hard. No, she's
Oh.
living it, you know. We're just watching it.
We getting a call right here. People want to hear from Meredith, the real deal O'Neill.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you for hosting this, for being brave. Everybody who came up on this panel, it's the first really positive thing I've seen of this movement in a long time. With the last couple of months, it's been really hard to see that raising money for Karen, supporting Karen publicly is the unpopular thing to do in some small parts of the internet. And this is really encouraging to see people being brave to stand up. And I'm thankful that Karen isn't on Twitter and her family isn't, because just that's one thing that's really hurt my heart the last couple of months, is seeing somebody who we supported for the last 2 years, it being encouraged and just becoming normal to call her horrible names and to drag her down and to say that she's not grateful, which is just not true at all, and just be lied about. And it's really encouraging to see people who aren't afraid to speak up and say that it's wrong and just go against this false narrative that's been spread. So I think tonight was the start of hopefully a change that's coming, and it's really encouraging to see.
Wow. I mean, yeah, just without you guys, I mean, without like my colleagues here that said, yeah, you know, DJ, let's go ahead and do this thing. Without them, this wouldn't have happened, you know. And then Meredith jumping on board, and then we got Nick Rocco, and we got Nan, and then just a couple of days I'm like, man, and then Boston Brandy, we got her in a week, and I'm like, man, we got to get Scotty in here, because what do you call him, Bia? Go ahead.
Scotty boy.
There you go. So we had to get Scott in there.
And the Sweeneys.
I love the
The Sweeney's still going strong every Sunday, 10 to 12. Legacy
yes.
Place in Dedham.
Yeah, let me put that back up. There it goes. I think
Every Sunday, he's never missed a week, and he is like him, Scott. There's just so many people. Everyone there shows up every Sunday. It's so inspiring. You know what I mean? It really is. It's what human life should be about: helping people and standing up for what's right.
That's it. I mean, that's the thing: is find something that you can support, that really speaks to your heart. Try to coalesce a group around, around the idea of doing, because obviously everybody here already has this in their hearts. So now we just had to coalesce behind an event of something that we felt passionate about, that was real to us. And that's what we did. And just, that it's very sort of, it's authentic positivity, altruism at its best, and from Dennis and Scott and Brandy and Bia, when we can shove her, if I can leave her alone on Sunday, she can get out there and stand out with you guys again, because I'm putting her to work on Sunday.
It's cold. Bundle up.
I was there last year at this time. I do plan on being there Sunday. So I think yesterday marks. Oh, she's humongous, almost 80 pounds. What was it? I was going to say yesterday marks 6 months since the acquittal. And now today is day one, where we've all come together and to start something new. And again, we didn't forget Karen, and we're just going to continue this. And again, today's day one.
Yes.
Yeah, very, very proud. That does make me very, very proud. And at that point, we are kind of like at the end of the block. So everybody sort of say their goodbyes, and we will peace out. And I want to thank you guys. Were so incredibly generous in the chat. So lovely. All the mods and the amount of money that you put in super chats. eventually will make its way when they pay us and we sort it all out to Karen's coffers. And I know it, I mean, it was a lot. So I know there was somebody in there that was mentioning, why do we have on super chats? Because some people in the moment are just, that's how they want to donate. They're at their
Easiest
keyboard.
way to donate.
Yeah, she's still going to get the money. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So.
And it's a great day one. Like, I love that this is day one because this is a phenomenal day one launch. This is unbelievable. I'm so glad people gave up money tonight.
Yeah.
Yep. So on behalf of this entire group of amazing persons who I'm honored to be associated with, this is DJ and BS saying peace out. One love.
guys.
And we
Thank you,
will see
everybody.
you.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you, mods. Thank you, chat.